Now we're used to seeing him here. And it's just now, like I said, man, he's always going to be here now because of what he's done with the work and all that stuff. But again, man, I'm excited for the new guys that are coming out, man. There's a lot of badass bikes that I'm seeing for the first time, and the colors.
The colors, guy.
Are amazing.
What up, my dude? How you doing,
on, man?
Oh, man.
Yes,
Yuma is here,
sir.
Oh, we got another donation, $20 right there. That just made That's $80 right there, guys. We just made $80 for Ukraine, right there. How you doing, sir? Introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are.
Yeah,
we're working. We're working.
Big time Beaklas and Daggers, Jacked Up Customs and Yuma. Built a lot of hot rods and Harleys and stuff. And kind of new to the bike life scene, so this is my first year into it, man, and it's dope. I dig
it's crazy, right?
It's crazy. The vibe is really good. Everybody's friendly. It's all inclusive. No matter what age, male, female, doesn't matter. It's just a good vibe, man. Everybody's really good.
Yeah,
it's
cool. A good vibe. We Danny and I, we had the privilege to go to Yuma. Shout outs to Los Cyclists for taking care of us over there, and everybody else that took care of us over there. But we actually got to go to your establishment. Man, big ups on your establishment. Really, really, really nice place that you got there, man.
Thank you, man. We just recently kind of downsized and try to kind of refine what we're doing and do a little bit more fun work and stuff that I want to do instead of doing grandma's brakes and all that stuff. And bike life just kind of fell into it with that. And I mean, to be honest with you, man, I couldn't be happier. It's great.
It's crazy, right?
And you guys all came out. It was an eye opener for me. I didn't really know what bike life was about. I thought I had a couple fools riding around, whatever, but the scene's big and it's good, and in Yuma represents, man. Yeah, Yuma shows out.
We have Pedals Up Podcast has love for Yuma, Arizona in general, but Yuma it's like that little town.
It's like that little food truck tucked away in the corner.
Yeah. Yuma's like my little food truck, exactly.
You get the sopes that are just right.
Yeah, I love Yuma. I just hate driving there.
Yeah, that drive sucks. The drive up here sucked. I got to drive back tonight. It's gonna suck, but it's worth it.
So you brought your new bike out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I got a McCargy Bronco. Big ups to the McCargy and the Bronco. Ain't nothing wrong with that bike, man. It's an awesome bike. I rode it for a while and decided, you know what, man, I'm gonna build a frame. So I built my own bike, and seems to be taking off real good. Everybody likes it. It rides real well. I wanted to make sure I can ride it. You know what I mean? It's got to be a rideable bike. I've been riding all around all night, with Pedro and the guys and everybody, from Yuma, and just kind of come up with something different. But it's really hard to come up with something different because everything's almost been done before. But
hey man, you guys, we'll have some pictures of this bike. It's a purple bike. I don't know do you have a name for it yet?
I don't know, the Merc, maybe the Mercury, or the Gangster. I don't know. Name my bike.
I was gonna call it Vino.
Oh, there you go. I don't know what that means.
It's like wine, man. That's just really clean. How he has his bike, man. It's a beautiful bike.
Thank you.
And
appreciate
you
it.
That like in
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So tell them.
We built it. We built it just for this show. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to this, see what OBC's about. I'm gonna bring my own bike, you know what I mean, and try to get it done for this, and thanks to Powder Tech Tyler, my powder coater, and
shout outs to you guys. You guys did an amazing job.
Everybody that helped me get it here, get it done, and I'm glad I made it, man. It's I was thinking, man, it's a lot of work. Maybe I'll not go, but I'm glad I did, man.
I'm glad that you did come down here.
It's a good deal.
And we had conversations when we were down there too. That was
cool. Has there been any bike that stood out to you yet? From walking around out there, where you're like, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Everybody's got a bunch of crazy ideas, and they execute them, and that's what makes this scene cool in my book. Is like they all don't look the same. You know what I mean? Some are square tube, some are round tube, some are slam, some are tall.
Yeah.
And if everybody liked the same bike, the world would be boring. It's like with cars, you know what I mean? Like, I may not like that, but this fool likes that. You know what I mean? But I may like that, and this fool don't like that. But that's what makes it cool. Is because there's something for everybody. And if you don't like lowrider bikes, there's BMX bikes. If you don't like BMX bikes, there's lowrider bikes. And hell, fool got a damn exercise bike out here. You
I know,
what I mean?
that's City Style.
Yeah.
City Style even got a unicycle.
Yeah,
out here.
big ups, man. Because that.
One thing, how you were saying, like, there's only so much you can do with bikes, but there's not that many people that are doing it. That's the thing that the more people that we're starting to see now, like, I'm not gonna say new blood into the scene. Well, I mean, maybe into this scene, but not necessarily into the custom, because, like you said, you come from the motorcycles and cars, so you're doing your thing. But now bringing that flavor into the bicycles, I'm excited to see, because just seeing what the first couple ones that you've kind of been bringing out, I'm like, that's pretty cool. Just that already. Now I can only imagine that as you keep progressing, I'm sure you're gonna come out with some killer stuff, man.
Thanks. Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna keep going. We ain't stopping. We'll build some more bikes, and maybe some more of the same, because I really like the frame that I built.
Yeah.
It looks good. It rides well.
The color is beautiful too.
So we'll build some more of those for sure. And like I say, my background's more in the motorcycles and hot rods and stuff. But looking at it from a fresh set of eyes, being able to integrate some of that stuff and maybe bring some new flavor into the scene.
Yes.
And I mean, hell, I wear spandex and ride a road bike, so some of that, carries over too, and so the bike has to be rideable, and it has to look cool, and coming out here and seeing what everybody's doing, they're doing some crazy stuff, what I mean? They got some crazy bikes out here. I mean, the skill levels is up, it's up there.
There is a lot of skill level out here. I mean, it's a lot of new talent that's coming out here. I mean, I know that you have a background with the motorcycles and everything like that, but to us, we consider you new talent in our world.
Oh, I get it. I am. And I learned so much on that first bike.
And but today, man, I mean, when I saw your bike last night, God, you like solidified your spot in this. I'm like, I saw it. I was like, this man's gonna do some damage in the near future.
Thank you, man.
I'm really, 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 really hoping one day I get one of your frames, because
we can make it happen.
I really want one of your frames, because if I just seeing what you did on yours, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
It's really good. I mean, there's so many bikes out here with so many details out here. That's just it's insane. And the first time we saw you, you were walking around looking at everything. It's like, wow. We had conversations on my loop tail, my
I love that bike, man. There's something
cool
about it, I like it.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's a little bit shorter than most, and it just looks a little bit different, but that's cool, man. I like it.
That one
I really like it.
By Anthony Carey out from Arizona also.
Nice.
Arizona just be popping up some shit, man. Arizona
don't play.
Hey, Arizona's like a really, really cool, gem. It's like, oh yeah, watch.
Even on the car scene and the truck scene and the motorcycle scene, Arizona goes hard.
Arizona does go
Yuma
hard.
Yuma goes hard.
Yuma goes hard. I just say.
That was what was cool about your shop. You had like cars, and you had the motorcycles, and then you had the bicycles in the showroom. And then when I was in there, they were telling me like, oh, he's been selling a lot of these bikes. He's been pumping a lot of them out, man. So that's good to see.
A lot of bike sales. It's cool too, man, because a whole family can buy a bike.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a super high end bike.
No.
You can go to Walmart and whatever and buy a bike, and you're off and running, and the scene is so cool and so inclusive. It don't matter what you got. I mean, if you got the flyest bike out there, you're cool. But if you just come out on some Walmart bike, you're still cool, man. You're still family. Everybody treats you with respect and the same. And you're out there riding, and that's all that matters, Just show up.
We say there's levels to the game.
Yeah, levels to the game.
We say there's levels to games. When you start off, you're not knowing anything about the bike life, you start going through all the levels. Now, this guy's in a different exception, because his work is fabrication. He does this for a living. So he jumped into it he went from past all those steps, but he got to the meat of the stuff, and then he's gonna start learning all the other little tricks, because he's got a lot of motorcycle stuff there that's a good touch.
There's definitely a lot of learning on what you can and can't do, and the limitations, the materials you're working with, how far you can bend this, and you're trying to use thin wall material. There's only so much you can do with it. You can't bend. I built my frame out of 1 3/4 tubing.
No, man, that made it look so badass.
Thanks. So the limitations on what you can do with that before it starts creasing, folding, and doing weird things, And I had in my mind what I wanted to do, but I kind of had to sacrifice a bit because of limitations of the material. Sure, I can make it out of thick tubing, but ain't nobody gonna want to ride it. It look cool, but ain't nobody gonna want to ride 80-pound bike, So,
Yeah.
but it's fun learning that, learning what you can and can't do, and trying to reproduce what you can envision in your mind, and how's the best way to go about doing that.
Secret of success is to fail.
Correct. Yes.
That's very
Without
simple.
failure, there's
Without
no
failure,
success.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You may think you've been doing all good all the time, but you got to fail at one point in time to understand. It's like, oh, I did this wrong. I have to do it better this time. All you have to do is fail one time, and you'll figure it out. Or you fail, keep failing.
Yeah,
just keep
for
going.
sure. I mean, there is no failure. There's failure's not a.
I think it's
you
wrong choice.
you fail if you quit.
If you quit.
Yeah, but if you keep going, there's no failure. You know what I mean? There's no failure.
Quit. That's it. There is failure on that.
Yeah, and I've had the privilege to meet some other frame builders and other bicycle builders, and they're all willing to help you out and give you tips and advice, and there's no attitude, there's no like in the car scene and the truck scene, it seems to be I keep my secrets, you know what I mean? But the scene's a little bit different, and I really like it. It really reminds me of the early years of like some of the Viva Las Vegas rockabilly shows and stuff like that, where it was kind of a small, but it's going to be blowing up. It's going to pop. It's going to be popping.
That's going on next weekend.
Yeah.
Like next weekend.
Yep. I was at the very first one, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were at the first, like 10 of them.
We went. We went. When did we go? Like 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
It's a while.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
You're right. That's exactly kind of how this is. And then with the COVID, with the
it's
shutdown,
just,
it took people. They couldn't do nothing, so they went back out to riding bikes. It took them back to being kids, because a lot of times, man, we get so caught up with everything else that when we get on the bike, you're like, man, I forgot what it felt like to be on the bike, and you get that.
No matter how bad your day is, man, you can go ride your bike, and
it just slows it down a little bit more.
It's all
you
good.
Know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's the same on the motorcycle, but
same with a winning hot rod, Harley, car,
yeah.
truck, wagon, stroller, whatever. Just get out of the house, man.
Yeah.
Get out of the house, get on your bike, pedal around the block, man.
Yeah.
Just get out.
And it has been going mainstream, and that's why I'm excited again to see a lot of more people coming out and really pushing this custom scene to the next level, because it is going to go there, man, with a lot of new builders that we have that are bringing a lot to the table. I'm excited to see the future of these custom bicycles.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, just what other fabricators get into the game, like me, for instance, and I'm sure there's other, bunch of hot rod and Harley builders and stuff that are, got something stewing in the back of their head, and
there is that they come in. I mean, you got like Chris, I think his name is Chris Walker, with the little blue bike.
Oh yeah, that thing is sick.
Yeah,
that thing's the.
That's a beautiful bike, and the one next to it. I mean, they work together,
I saw them.
and last year in Arizona, there was like 7 of them.
Yeah.
And they were all car guys that built these bikes. It was kind of good. They were in the car world in some sort.
Right.
But it was dope to see, because seeing what you guys come up with the talents that you guys have, it's an amazing look.
Well, I mean, just walking around and looking at little things that other people do, even the simplest thing is like, oh man, that's a hell of an idea. I can incorporate that into my next build or whatever, and then somebody maybe something on my bike and be like, oh damn, that's a good idea, and it just the skill level and the quality just gets better and better as the years go on, and it's going to be crazy to see in the next the next couple years what this bike game comes to.
And you got a local boy out there also, John King is out there too.
Yes, awesome dude, very humble. I had a privilege of talking to him. He builds an awesome bike, man, and I tried to buy a shirt from him. He didn't have my size.
Nice.
But he Yuma's putting down, man.
That's good. That's good. Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, wow.
Man, that's crazy.
Wow. Hold on. Let's stand up for a second.
We got Legos.
Let's show this bike real quick. A Mario Brothers bike.
It's got that single-sided fork on there. That lefty.
God,
it's a righty.
Look at the pedal. Oh man, y'all see the pictures? But the remote control. Look. Left, right, up, down, select, B start. Yeah.
Look at the handlebar.
Wow.
Yo, this is crazy.
Y'all seen this? Cause goodness gracious. Good job, bud. Damn. Hey, that's thinking outside the box.
They come up with all kinds, man. That's what I'm saying.
That is That is crazy thinking outside the box, guys. Like I said, that's Adam from Mad Cycles.
Yo, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
I seen that fool walking around with that blue suit, and I was like,
Oh,
dang,
man.
this fool's on another level right now.
He is in the whole, his bikes are like in Dubai, in museum with high-end cars, like in
Nice.
a big old thing. He's a big dude, man, in the
holds
European
the world record right now for the
tallest bike.
Yeah.
That thing is gigantic. It's just gigantic. But back to the bikes things. The bikes, you can build anything, man. You get your imagination, let it go wild. As you can see, that man Adam, he went wild with it. This guy right here is getting into it, seeing what he's going. I'm gonna be amazed at what this guy is going to build next.
Yes.
It's gonna be good because when you come to these shows, you get
you get some ideas, yeah.
in racing.
You got some ideas.
And you have a long drive home, so you got plenty of time to think about. Yeah.
There's my boy Jared right there. He's
Jared's in
giving
here.
a
What's
shout
up,
out.
Jared? How you doing? How you guys doing? So when are you going back?
Tonight after the show.
Look at that. Look at the pedals and the seat. Dog, that's insane. That is insane, man. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just, that is different.
That's
At a whole
different. That's different.
level.
But that's what's cool about it is, there's something for everybody. You know what I mean?
There's a flavor for
everybody. There's a flavor for everybody and a shape and size for everybody.
Yeah. There is definitely a flavor for everybody, man. And then, so what you got coming up next out there in Yuma? You have anything that you guys want to talk about like a show or anything or bike build? What you guys got going on?
No, we've been riding with the local dudes and having a blast doing that. We do the Monday and Thursday rides, and Jesus and yeah, and they're a blast, man. And I might like to come up with a ride, maybe once a month or once every couple months, something in between the BMX ride and the cruiser ride. You know what I mean? Like the BMX ride a little fast for some, cruise ride a little slow for some.
Yeah.
I need a middle ground.
You got to get in the flavor.
Yeah.
Let's do something.
So I'm gonna
some of those car guys and some of the motorcycle
exactly.
guys.
I got a bunch of dudes that I ride with, and I know that are like trying to get in the game. And I might try to get something going for that level of people who are new at it.
Yeah.
Kind of intimidated to going out with 100 fools on a Thursday night.
I understand. Yeah.
I try to bring some people in the game, builders and non, you know what I mean? It's cool because you can have 3-4 bikes, man, and you ain't got to be a millionaire, you know what I mean? Like, you got 3 or 4 hot rods or trucks or Harleys or whatever, it cost you some money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you get creative,
it's
figure
just
out
that
ways.
bike therapy, it's good for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
At all levels, no matter what kind of bike you have, just get out and ride, man. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
have a good time. And I ride a lot, man. I ride a lot with road bikes and mountain bikes and all that stuff. But there's something different about riding with about 50, 60. Like last night, we rode down the strip, man, with I don't know how many people. We were backed up 3 lights. You know what I mean? And it's just cool. It's something with riding with that many people, and the vibe is kicking, and everybody's on a high. It makes you want to do it more and more and more. It's good time, man.
And
it's good time.
everybody that sees us on our bikes, they all go.
Yeah, man, it's all shout outs. You got
go and start looking for bikes after that.
Yeah, look at all my homies up here kicking it out. Yeah.
Switch it up, from like the scenery in Yuma to coming out and like now riding a bicycle in Vegas. A little different, but it's still cool. You still get that vibe, and
it's great because everywhere I've been, man, I've been nothing but welcomed.
Yeah.
And I'm an outsider. I'm a new guy. And I haven't seen any attitude, no drama. Everybody is so inclusive, and it's just a good time, man. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time for everybody.
I'm glad that you came into this world.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you are part of this now, and we all accept you and in your big future that what you got going on in our bike life.
Thank you.
Really looking forward to what you're gonna come up with next. Just looking at his shop. He's got some stuff in there that it blows your mind.
Yeah.
But if he can use that same talent to build a bike, a regular bicycle, the sky's the limit for this man. Hey man, Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, no
Appreciate
problem,
it. Yeah.
man. I appreciate you,
Yeah.
man. Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by.
Oh,
Man.
man, my boy.
All right.
Big time because you walk that way. All right.
All right, cool, man.
I got a bike. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. Hey, man. You saw that? I mean, that shit's badass.
Behind you.
That shit badass. Oh,
Yo.
yes.
Got Brad in the house.
Mr. Brad. Yes, sir.
You
We're
guys are still here?
Hey,
Shit.
man, we're still
Still
here.
here. My
Brad.
voice
Yes,
is gone.
yes.
from
Okay,
this
your
week.
voice is gone. Boy, I was yelling all weekend long.
Yeah, bro.
How you doing?
I don't got many complaints, man.
No, good.
Just gripes.
Just gripes, man.
just
You
a
know,
couple
it is what-
gripes.
it's a- you know, it is what it is. We just keep on pedaling.
Yeah, but when you get this old, bro, it don't fucking stay in you. Just
Yeah.
fucking.
So just
Right
let
out.
it go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
That's the
So
beauty.
How's your experience so far? What do you like to seeing over here?
Man.
What's your vibe like right now?
You know, the truth is, this whole scene is about the people. You know, and people do really cool shit, right? But what is really happening is we live in this topsy-turvy world where people are trying to pull people one direction or another, right? And OBC and other bike scenes like this and other bike gatherings like this are the proof that those fucking people running this shit are full of it, right? I don't see any of the shit they're trying to convince me of, right? So I don't let them try to convince me of it, right? I've been all over all over the Western region, you know, with this bike thing, and I just don't see what the fuck it is they're talking about. I see love. I see mostly respect, right? 99.9%, right? And the 0.1% weed themselves out anyway, right? Because
Yeah, I
this
do.
whole scene is not about bicycles. It's about the love of each other.
Yes.
It's about the
100%.
love of sharing creative ideas.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I never felt that more than I feel it right now.
Good.
Right? So we get people coming from, you know, Adam came all the way from Poland. He was barely going to make it here. And he shows up with these fucking crates at the docks. At the docks. The Port of LA. And figures out how to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right?
That's twice.
Twice. The first time was a lot easier than this last time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And with all the shit that's going on next door, right? He still says, I got to make it to Las Vegas because I've got family there.
Mm-hmm. Bike Lab family.
And it
Reality.
fucking, that's where it's at, man.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Fuck all this bullshit. You know, it's funny, but my buddy Mac says to me, our buddy Mac says
Yes.
to me, he's like, you know, we spend all this time and all this money, right? Thousands of dollars we're spending building these beautiful pieces of machinery
Yes.
for a $30 piece of plastic,
Yes.
right? And it's like, so it's not really about any of that stuff. OBC means one big club, or can mean in other languages, one big family, right? But we get caught up. We get caught up. And I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to go home from this and try to figure out how to get less caught up in other
I got
shit that
you.
doesn't matter, you know?
I got you.
It ain't about scenes and clubs and all this shit. It's about proving those motherfuckers wrong, right? It's about saying, you know what, America, you know what, world, we're gonna prove you wrong. There's less of you and more of us
Yes.
to prove that shit wrong.
Yes.
My dad always used to say, and we got in an argument. I got to tell you this story. My dad, my 79-year-old dad, got a little heated with me over what we've been going through the last couple of years as a world, right? And I said, Dad, I'm not so sure. We did things that adjusted our lives, but we don't know what we're really going through. And he's like, you sound like, he goes, you're being paranoid. I said, you know what, man? I guess I'm old enough to give you the lesson you once gave me.
Yeah. Oh.
He said,
deep.
what's that? I said, don't believe everything you read and hear, no matter how many times they try to convince you,
Yeah.
right? And I think these things like OBC are proof of that. They're proof of that. Because if we believed everything we heard that the media was telling us and that other sides are going, you should be on our side and you should be on our side. I'm like, I don't want to be on either one of your sides.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be on the
side.
The side.
I want to be on the side.
Which is circular.
Yes.
Right? And it's just been, it's a trip, man. I've been doing this scene. Tony and I met you too. I met Danny too. And, we were just kind of getting introduced to this thing, and we immediately became friends.
Yes, we did.
We had this common thing going on. We both had the same bike. And neither one of us have that same bike now.
No.
But it's still in your family.
But it's still, yeah.
Yeah. And, we started talking and we became friends, and we started shooting back and forth about, these ideas. But the friendship was more important than these ideas about stuff.
Yes, it was.
And I
is.
learned a lot from him, and I hope that he's learned some things from me.
I learned a lot. I'm sure Danny has too, but I've learned
just this
a
conversation alone. I'm like,
it's
shit.
Deep. This is the deepest conversation, man.
Because it's truth, though. Like it's
truth.
100% true. Like exactly what you're saying is like, yeah.
You gotta speak the truth, man. You're an infectious person. In my eyes, you're an infectious person. You're an amazing person.
Big ass smile on Remco's face, like just with the whole BMX thing. He's so excited that he's gonna be one of the first ones to really take it out there. And that's one of those things, like, you're not just talking it, like you live this stuff. Like you really do this stuff without wanting nothing in return. You just do it because that's the kind of person you are, a genuine dude, and that says a lot about you. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
So that's why with you saying what you're saying, I'm like, yeah. Like it's not. I mean, it's 100%. Like you, I'm like, people are agreeing because it's the truth. It
Look
really
at Tim.
is.
No politics. This wasn't politics, man. This is life. This is life. Politics is what's trying to get us.
Yeah. See, we don't even talk politics no more.
I turned my back on that shit, bro.
Yeah, see?
And I just go out and live my life and prove them wrong every single day.
Yeah, you're like straight up gentleman, man. Like straight up, like really.
So I got a new friend that I invited to this scene, my buddy Bill McKendry. And I'm going to reveal this because I don't care about my own anonymity. And I had a lot of problems for a lot of years with drugs and alcohol and things along those lines. And one day I walked away from that life. And through the course of walking away from that life 5 years ago, I found this life to add to the wonderful life I found through sobriety. And I introduced a good friend of mine to this deal. He came out every night riding, and every day was hanging out. And he was like, and every time he looked at me, he goes, "This is so awesome, man. This is so awesome." And then he started tripping because, like, last night we were at the Llama Lot, and a strange guy came up to me and says, "Hey, man," he shows me his phone, "is this you?" And I'm like, it was a picture of me on the Clyde James in my backyard by the pool.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, "Yeah, man." He goes, "Well, my friend told me to look for you if I came to this thing." And I'm like, my buddy Bill's like, "What the fuck?" Right? And I said the same thing. I'm like looking at him going, "This is insane, man. Yeah. This is insane."
Crazy.
And I just fucking love it. So Tony Okoro made a version of this logo for me. Where's the camera?
Oh.
He made a version of this logo, and we changed it up just a little bit. And and through this 5 days, I was trying to figure out what it is that I do. It was only for one thing we did this logo. You gave me this, and I'm so appreciative of it. And because I've gotten so many compliments. But Jimmy Peak says, "Man, your logo is so pro." So that's due to you, bro.
Oh, man, that made me feel good. You also tell me
I
your
don't know why I
dad.
keep cheering up, man.
Yeah,
So
because you're a good dude, man. We feeling it.
So
we're feeling it.
Basically, I want to be an example of how to live life in the world, period.
Yes.
And and I've been doing a lot of sponsoring with the bike life scene and this thing. So rate a thumbs up to the people out there listening. Do you think I should just like put pro sponsor, on the side, so I can be just a part of this forever?
Thumbs up.
I don't know if we can
thumbs
see it
up.
on the
We're gonna
screen,
see the
man.
thumbs up. Look at that. And
So
you said your dad loved it too.
My dad loved the logo so much. He wears this hat when he plays golf.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And
that touches
you know what he
me.
said though, because he's old school. He said, "I hope you copyrighted that." I hope you copyrighted that because it's amazing. And, you know, I owe that to you for doing this. It was a wonderful gift. And,
I got you.
And
my
Danny
guy, I
and,
got you.
and Tony, man, you guys have been wonderful people in this whole deal, keeping it all together and keeping it on a worldwide deal. And it doesn't really need help. It's organic.
It's organic.
You know, it's
like
fucking organic.
See, the Danny's words.
Yeah, it's organic.
Let it grow organically.
It's organic, son.
As long as we are ourselves and don't fake it.
Yeah.
Like there is no faking. Like we can't lose if we don't fake it. If we just us. And I'd rather go down if I was like, fuck it. If it is not gonna fit, if it is gonna fail, well, at least we went down being us.
Yeah.
Yes.
But look at that. Now people come on, they hang out, and just the support, the love, it's just been amazing.
That's why we tell you guys to watch the show. 1 like, 1 subscribe, 2 shares, because we don't pay for our views to come in, for likes and all that. We don't do that. Whatever you see, it sees. And whatever you guys share and let it go organically, that's when we're letting it grow. The show is sponsored by many special people. Brad Marlin is one of them. But it's there. Thank you right there. There's all those sponsors down there. You got HB Cruisers, Brad Marlin, Jimmy Peak, Light Me Up San Diego, Pedal Power, Coast to Coast, Bassett, E3 Engraving, Cloud James. We also had Bike Lifestyle Apparel. We've also had Spokes for the Folks. We had Ralphie at one time. We had so many people in this whole thing, and they believed in us, and we thank each and every one of you guys.
Right.
And the bottom of my heart, because you are here face to face, I appreciate every single conversation we've ever had.
Absolutely. Especially the one about the $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say hello to some people. Hey, Gary, what's up, Rudy, man? We miss you. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to Arizona. Just things got really busy, but you were in my heart, brothers.
Yeah.
I talked to Gary just a little while ago. We FaceTimed because I don't know if anybody knows this yet, but Chris Walker's badass double tube frame bike. Our friend Chris is moving to Nebraska so he can be back with his family up in the farmland.
Oh, really?
And I said, I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to make you a couple of offers. And I said, but I'm going to buy your bike from you when the show's over, and I'm going to keep it here, and you can visit it anytime you like. And I'll give you the price that you're asking me. And he agreed to it. I said, I'm glad you agreed to it, because the second option was I'm stealing it from you. You'll still know where it's at, right? But it's, yeah. And, you know, he and I got tied over this weekend, too. We got some real conversations about shit, about life, you know, and he had told me a story about a lost loved one, and he's been trying to have that connection to the spirit. And I said, you know, my experience so far, my father died when I was really young, and I wanted to have that experience. And it turns out that God will let you have that experience when you're ready. And apparently I don't know when I'm ready. Because when I finally did have the experience, it came out of nowhere. So I guess God decided I was ready. It wasn't me that had to decide.
When you're ready,
and it happened here, and it happened again here through conversations. It's the fucking nuttiest shit ever.
Right?
You know, I get more spiritual awakenings in the realness of this thing than I've ever experienced. I have another place too, but this is that outside, organic, everyone's welcome. You know, there's no judgment here.
No.
You know, and if there is judgment, it stays all alone and fizzles away. You know, it's like lighting a match in the wind.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't going to stay lit.
No.
And we won't allow it to anyway.
No.
So, you know, but the program that got me to this point in my life, it's a we program. It's not a me program. It's not an I program. It's a we program. And this requires a shit ton of weeing.
A shit ton of weeing.
All right? So let's all stand up and take a wee.
Take a wee.
All right. I want to lighten it up. You know, it's been so wonderful. And I'm not Chick's bike sugar daddy. Yeah. Say hello, honey.
Say hello, honey.
Yeah. She called me up. She said, Sugar Daddy Brad, I need something to straddle, and I made her a bicycle.
Yes.
You know, 'cause I'm too old for that shit now.
And it rides real nice.
You knew it would. You knew it would. You knew it would. It ain't about the time you spend at it. It's about what you spend in the time. Right?
Words, wise words from Mr.
Oh, my
Brad Marlin, man. Dude, man. It's so awesome, this GJ right there.
Yeah. All right, bros. Well, you're going to carry on and
Yes,
enjoy
sir.
this day.
I appreciate it.
I think I locked up the BMX class.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm the only one in it. There's one other bike and it's upside down.
It is up there. Wait,
Yeah.
damn. Pookie should have put the GT in there. I could have got third.
Yeah, I know, right? I should have just brought them all.
Hey,
You know?
man. Hey, man. Brad Marlin, everybody. Hey, man.
Hey, thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much.
I fucking love you, Jack.
Thank you very much for those words, man. Like,
Thank you
really,
very much
people
for those
really need to
words.
hear that kind of stuff.
Fuck the dumb shit.
Yes.
Fuck the dumb
No one's got time for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take
Wow.
that from you, my guy. Appreciate it.
Man,
Yo, you saw it.
that's some real shit
Yeah,
right
that's
there,
some
man.
real shit. Like Brad Marlin came on here and spoke some truth to everybody. You know, just in general. In general, it's not going to particular things or anything like that, but it's just in general. You know, and how he said, you know, this gave him another thing, another life, and he's enjoying it. And in the middle of all that, he's actually putting in the time. He's put in his time. He's done everything he can. He is a very generous person. There's no faking him. There's no faking Brad Marlin. So if you guys ever get the chance to talk to him, I strongly suggest.
You know how
that you
bad
guys
I
talk.
am? I'm like, man, that was so beautiful. I'm touched. She's all talking about his sobriety. I'm like, man, I want to
Whatever, buddy.
drink to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were just
Yo,
leading
man.
into that.
I've been wanting to talk with you guys for a minute now.
Here, talk right there, right there. There you go. How you doing, Mister? Good.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Yo,
wow.
man. So when we
Who
were
is
out in
this?
Yuma like a few weeks ago, we were just kind of looking at bikes. We kept looking
Wow.
at frames, and we're like, yo, who made this? Oh,
Yes.
it's King Frames. We're
King
like,
frame. We keep hearing this King
they
name.
kept telling us, and we're like, man. So we're like, who is this dude? And then they started telling us, you know, now, you know, they're showing us more of your bikes, and we're like, man, this dude's coming hard, man. So I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far, man, and I'm glad that you're here because we've been talking about like the OGs that we have in this bike life game, and like we were talking to Robert from HB, and he was talking about this might be his last year coming to this, but now we have like a second generation, and I'm considering you like a second generation for us because it's bringing new blood, excitement with these customs, bringing your own style. So just talk a little bit about what got you into kind of this bike life scene.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. Just the people. I had a neighbor that had a. Mic check. Here we go.
All right.
So, what got me in the scene, guys? Honestly, dude, just having fun with friends. I mean, this is what brings bike people about, right? The bike family's the best, man. I mean, dude, you come out, have a good time, and it's the best times, and it's always fun on a bike.
I was trying to find out who I talked to on text message, and they were talking about bikes, and I put this on everything. I said, hey man, there's a new guy in Yuma. It's his name is John King. He's a good dude. His bikes are coming out sick right now. So I have personally talked about you, man.
And I appreciate that. And
it's
I
really cool.
actually did tune in to the podcast, and I saw the podcast. I'm so behind social media, I didn't know how to chime in, or I didn't know how to really text on it, so excuse me for that. But next time I will, for sure.
No, man.
Anyways, I appreciate you guys, putting me out there. I'm trying to get out there. King bikes, King frames. This is one frame that I did, just for having fun today.
So
Just to try to raffle it, It's a style that I came up with a long time ago. It's still today one of my favorites. It's an easy bike to ride, not too low to the ground. The rake's, it's pretty standard rake. So yeah, just something to bring to OBC. Just come out here and have a good time,
yeah. Hey,
Sorry.
That's sorry. You don't
Sorry.
have to learn
We're
sign
trying to
language.
get the bike out
you
of the
just
way.
keep looking at it.
Thank you guys. Anyways, what really got me into bikes is I had a neighbor of mine that had a custom beach cruiser. This was probably 10 years ago. And looked at that bike and I thought, I want one, and I want one. And I didn't know how hard it was to really get a bike back then. So, I did my research and I thought, well, I got tools. I love to weld. I can bend. Let's come up with a concept.
Let's come up with something. Yeah.
And, and I did. And I didn't know back then how big this was going to get. You know what I mean? So the bike scene, the bike life has just blown up now. So yeah, it's been a fun time. I've met a lot of great people. I have fun doing it, and man, as long as I can,
if you
keep
have
bending
fun,
up
you
frames
keep
and have
going,
fun,
man. If you can,
I'll keep doing it.
yeah, you gotta enjoy. If you do what you love, you'll enjoy it so much more.
Absolutely. And I was talking with Mr. Balea, and he's like, you know what? Just keep building, man. Just keep welding, keep bending. Something will come of it, And I think what makes it fun is trying to come up with your own concept, your own style, your own ways of bending, and your own ways of, bring your style to the table and see what you got. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, that's the most difficult part. We can all weld, cut, bend, but it's like, hey, man, bring your style, bring what you got.
You gotta bring a style. You gotta bring the style. If I had the opportunity to do it, because if I wanted to do it, I would do it. But that's not my forte in the moment.
Well,
but I have people that I know that can do that kind of job. So when they're a master in their craft, you just go to that person or those people that and let them do their thing. I'm a graphic designer. When I build my bike, I look at it already from a finished product, and now I got to figure out how to get to that. And so it's like everything's reversed for me. But
absolutely.
My mind races in too many different ways when I'm thinking about building these bikes.
And building bikes is fun to me. It's so addicting when you do one and you see people like it, and it's kind of like you get your reviews. The feedback is what keeps you building more. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, wait a minute. People are having fun on something you've designed, you've welded. Give me feedback as well. And hey, John, let's do this, or King, let's do this. Let's, the more I can learn and evolve and keep bending, welding, the better off I'm gonna get. And it's kind of like I love to do it, so let's keep doing it. You know what I mean?
You just got to keep building, man.
Absolutely.
Keep building. I mean, we took Danny did it first. Danny and I took the step of engraving. We stepped in a world that we have no idea. He's been at it. Danny has been at it a lot more than I have, but he has been going in. He's been practicing. He's been doing this craft, and I admire that from Danny a lot because he just doesn't talk about it. He just goes for it, and he comes up with all his own things. He's like, I gotta do me. He always tells me, Tony, you just gotta do me, and he doesn't gotta do me.
Absolutely.
You gotta be comfortable, and you gotta love it, because if you're just trying to do it for the money, man, you're not gonna succeed. You really have to kind of have a passion for it.
And that's 100% correct. If you don't like doing it, you're just gonna get burnt out doing it. You know what I mean? So I saw your engraving, and I saw that you have like a class to teach, right? Like people, somebody. I saw something where somebody was showing people how.
Yeah, so that's a class so he's actually out here in Vegas. I saw him through Instagram, and he was teaching, and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. It's very affordable, and I was like, you know what? I sold a few bikes because that's usually what I do. I'll buy bikes, and I'll use the bike money to provide.
Flip right there,
sure,
King flip.
Sure. And that's my rule that I have, and that's that I keep that. So
love it though.
And it paid for the class. I took the class. I was like, yo, he's showing you everything, showing you a new skill. Just really gives you the tools and everything to the know-how. The artistic part, that's up to you. Just with anything that you do, the artistic part, that's really up to you. Sky's the limit when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I want to take the class. I'm super interested.
Hey, come down, man.
I'm in Vegas. Let's do it.
Yeah, E3 School of Engraving. That guy, he
has a way of teaching where you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn.
Because I can't draw stick figures. So
I'm not good at drawing either. But I was like, you know what? I like trying things just to be able to say hey, I can do what you do, but can you do what I do?
Absolutely.
And it's not to be cocky. It's just it motivates me. It pushes me to be better, to learn more, just to try.
Absolutely. Well said. You got to compete in your own level, your own way, and if you're not having fun and you don't what motivates me is I see what everybody else can do, and I'm like, all right, you know what? They're bringing this to the table. This is their standard. It's kind of like, hey, we got to meet or beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've seen so many cool bikes out here, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah. This is where you guys get your ideas.
Oh, you have to. And it's just like, talking with everyone. It's like, okay, how did you guys come up with this? And it's just doing it. It's just doing it. Get out there and do it, man. You can't be afraid to fail. You can't.
And sometimes you probably see that's it. Oh my gosh. Why didn't I figure that out? It's just so simple. This little thing or this little bend or whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
And it's just you buy, boom. And you see it here at this show.
But you got to push yourself, and being competitive, having the competitive nature helps out a lot. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm not here to, down anybody's work or, put myself on a pedestal by any means. But it's like, hey, you got to show your best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you got to compete doing it. It's like, okay, let's see what others are doing. And I love to see the competition. That motivates me. So get out there, learn something, do something, and man, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And have fun doing it.
And you gotta have fun doing it. It's like we all come out here, we build our money, like Brad said earlier. He's like, we spend all these thousands of dollars on these bikes, but then we try to get like a $30 trophy or whatever the case may be. But when we get those trophies, we do feel a sense of accomplishment. But for me, on my end, on my bike build, when I get the thumbs up from the respected people in the game, that's all the trophy I need.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I get Robert and gives me a thumbs up. I get Jimmy and gives me a thumbs up. It's like, wow, you did this. And it's like, whatever the case may be, when they give our peers that have been here a lot longer than we have, gives a thumbs up on a bike and praises it, that's, for me, in my heart, that's all the trophy I would need.
Absolutely.
Anything else can come after, or the club picks. The club picks, when people do club picks, those are dope too. Because they built it with themselves. They took that time for you.
For sure. And every build I do, man, I do it with my heart. I do it, just for the gratitude of I want the customer to be happy. I want the person on that bike to love. He's on a king frame. He's having a good time riding it. He's having fun, and I'm gonna do it right. You know what I mean? And yeah, if you create a good product and you're proud of it, other people will be proud of it. You know what
everybody
I mean?
will come.
So you just got to keep doing it, keep learning. It's been a long time for me, guys. I've been doing frames or bikes, frames, whatever you want to call it, for about 9 years now. So to see how big it's gotten now is awesome. It's like, dude, this is cool, man. I mean, coming to Vegas, having a good time, but dude, you're on your bike? Like, man, I don't get no better than this.
You gotta get on your bike. Is there any bike out here or a couple bikes out here that kind of stand out for you?
There's a bunch.
Pick your top two.
And
this is not like digging on anybody. It's just, hey, I have me some favorites out there.
I got me a lot of favorites. Look at James from what is it, Los Viclas?
Yeah, that's
his
one
bike
of my
is really
favorites.
good, man.
That's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm not just saying that because we're from the same town, but he come up with a really cool looking bike.
Yeah, and the color is amazing.
For the little time frame that he did that in, it's kind of like, dude, you did that quick, and look how good that came out. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's time for me to step up my game.
Yeah,
I'm like, James,
just because he did it in 2 weeks, it's for him. No, me ain't gonna do yours in 2 weeks. Just letting y'all know, okay? He did it. He had a crunch time.
Well, we tried.
He had a deadline, and he had to do it within that deadline for himself, and he came out swinging.
But you know what? And he did, and I like that. As a being competitive, it's kind of like, hey, man, bring your best. I love that, and he brought his best, and dude, you can't compete. I mean, yeah, that's a great looking bike. I really like what he did, and it's kind of like, hey, man. Just because you're at a Yuma, I mean, I'm not trying to give you props because you're at a Yuma, but it's like, hey, dude, you did a cool bike.
Yeah, it is cool. And that's what I'm saying, like, with some of the new guys that are new to us, like, you guys are coming, like, with the, like, I keep looking at your frame, like, they're clean. The welds are good, the bends are good. Like, they're already to that level where it's quality,
Sure.
Where do you do a lot of your work? Do you do it from you have a shop, or do you do it from home?
So I do it from home. I was a welder by trade for years, and always had tools, always had equipment, and just love to fabricate. Just building the dumbest of things, right? Then when I got into bikes and I learned how much fun bikes was about 8-9 years ago, it's kind of like, well, let's use our tools, let's use our brain, and dude, let's create some stuff. And the bike life has brought me to. It's opened up so many doors, man. I mean, just meeting people, dude, just you guys coming to Arizona, it's kind of like, dude, how cool are you guys? Dude, you guys are coming to Arizona.
I'm going to toot my own horn because I got a hell of a band. I'm a cool
dude,
motherfucker.
check it out.
I'm a cool motherfucker.
I just started watching the podcast, and I'm like, dude, I want to go hang out with these guys already.
We have
I saw the shot taken on one of the episodes, and I was like,
oh, yeah.
Hell, I gotta go pour me one.
Yes, we do everything from the hip, man. We tried day one. We did the whole script thing. And it was just like, yeah, this ain't flying.
No,
we do the script, but we just do it from the heart. We just do it from the hip every time. Danny and I don't even see each other sometimes during the week, and we sit down, and then boom, the show just starts.
You know what?
But we click.
That's fun, man. Dude, you guys just collaborate. You guys make it happen. And, dude, great people, right? And,
Yeah.
dude, with that comes good times, meeting other great people. And, dude, it just evolves. And it's just kind of like, that's the bike life. You know what I mean? Come out with a good attitude. Come out and have fun. Bring your bike. Just enjoy the day.
Yeah.
You got to bring
I
your
mean?
bike. You got to bring your bike.
Absolutely.
And really, like, I know for, like, maybe some people that are watching now and for some people that I hear, maybe this is old to them, but it really is still a new scene because we keep hearing this a lot often when we bring some of the bikes to, like, some of the car shows. They're like, oh, man, I didn't know this existed because they really not that mainstream as we think they are.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's why I keep telling people we need to have more of these shows mixed in with the cars so a lot of these guys can start to see that there is a next level when it comes to these bicycle things.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the more we, keep getting out there, keep doing bikes, man, people are seeing it. Our last bike ride in Arizona, or even here today, it's kind of like, man, it's huge. You know what I mean? And how could you not have fun? So show up on a bike, have a good time, and yeah, man, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Nice. And if they want to get in touch with you for them to get one of your frames, where would they go?
So, sorry everyone, I am bad with social media, but I'm getting better, I promise. It's King Bikes. It's King Bikes 928. I do have a Facebook. It's under John King, but I will soon have my own King Bike web, or not even. I'm trying to create a website per se now. That's kind of like, it's coming in time. But on social media, my Instagram is, like I said, King Bikes 928. Facebook is just John King 11706. But just find me on King Bikes Instagram. Hit me up.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to get a little easier to find me. Sorry, I'm so behind the social media curve. I'm learning.
Hey, man.
Don't get mad at me.
It's okay. It's okay. Danny says the same thing. I'm a dinosaur to this.
I'm horrible. Talking to Robert Balea, and he's like, you know what? I just lay in bed now, and I just get on my social media, and I love it. I thought, because he said that. He's like, it just gets addicting. You know what I mean? But you have to use that. If you want to get out there and let people know who you are, yeah, man, you gotta get in there. And I apologize. It's not that I don't want people to find me or reach me. It's just, I keep saying I don't have the time for it, but it's like, hey, wait a minute. I got to make time to let people come find me, and I apologize for that. I will do better. Moving forward from here, I will get better.
There you go. You're here to hear, man.
Absolutely.
Really cool dude. Sweet bikes. The bike that caught my attention, instantly was the girl bike that you
It's
built.
a queen frame. I call it the queen frame.
Yeah, that bike caught my attention. I was riding and I slowed down. I'm like, whoa. That's nice. It was a really nice bike, man.
Well, I had to come up with a concept for two reasons. She needed a bike, and I also needed something to put an ice chest in the back. I thought, we go to these rides, we have stops, and she likes to pedal. You know what? Let's use both, right? She's pedaling. She got the ice chest in the back, and yeah, beers are cold. Let's go have a good time.
Let's go have a good time. You gotta have a good time.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I love that frame as well, man. And doing new stuff like that is what makes it fun.
He said he made a bicycle with a rack in the back, so his girl can carry the ice chest.
So we can stay hydrated. We can stay hydrated. We got the peanut gallery back there making us comments, but you got to bring hydration, and hey, there's water in there.
Yeah, there's
water.
some water in there, and sandwiches.
Absolutely,
We
absolutely.
call sandwiches. The beers are called sandwiches. Incognito.
You can't limit yourself.
Yeah. Hey,
But
man.
no, guys. I mean, dude, I love building bikes. If anybody wants to find me on Instagram, drop some ideas down, and hey, man, try this, try that, because I'm so open to that. I think bringing a style is what makes this bike stuff fun as well. You got to come up with your own concept, your own style, and I think learning that is awesome. Just talking with JP, and he's kind of like a bike designer, and it's
Dude,
just like,
JP's a legend in this game. Also,
and
man.
before this
He's got
interview right now, he was talking with me, and he was just showing some ideas. I'm like, JP, I'm already gonna start building those. Like, he's like, okay, well, it's like, that's what I like to see, though. I like to see people stepping back, seeing what's working, seeing what's in right now, taking that concept, that design, and let's put it out there. You know what I mean? And I can't draw. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to bring my best style that I can, but it's just kind of like, that's what's hard. Bring your own concept, your own style is.
Try
like,
to bring something out.
It is. And all the big names out there, man, they all have beautiful bikes. Mr. Peak. You know, I mean, obviously Balea from HB, all those guys just have awesome bikes. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of
But
like
you're on your way, man. Like you
Thank
just
you,
gotta
guys.
really
Thank you,
stick
guys.
with it, and I truly believe, like, I think you're gonna be there like really quick, like really
well,
quick.
and I appreciate that, man. And like I said, I'm trying my best. I do have a full-time job that I'm kind of in the mix of. All right, do I go back to work or I just keep building bikes? You know, so it's yeah, man. It's very time-consuming. You know,
But how crazy is that? Just to think that, like, you know what I mean, like that you could do it full time. That's
absolutely
a cool thing, you know.
And you know what? It is fun, and I know a lot of people get burnt out with it, but it's kind of like I enjoy doing every bike because to me, every bike that I build, every frame that I build, I feel like that's part of me, and I don't like giving them away. It's kinda like I want to keep it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the hard part.
That's the hard part, man.
Danny don't care about none of it. He's like, no, gotta disconnect
Yeah,
from
you
that
gotta,
bike.
like, not
It's just-
emotions,
yeah.
and, like, really, when it's a business part of it, yeah.
And that's something that you, at the end of the day, you have to be able to sell it or give it away, right? Like
But-
the bike I got behind me here on this side, it's something I kind of threw together, you know, and but it came out, it worked for me, and I'm like, I can't sell that.
Threw
you know?
together, I'm like, yeah, that's just
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
There's no way I could sell
He said,
that.
whack. And there it is right there.
But it was a lot of
on,
fun doing that bike. I had a great time doing that, and it came out really good.
That one. You see my finger? That one.
The raw.
Yes.
And it was you know, that bike kind of fit me. I never really did anything that low, that pedal dragging before, but it worked. And man, I want to do more, you know. And so yeah, it's just coming up with your own concept, your own style. That's 90% of it. You know what I mean?
Well-
like being able to come up with, hey, dude, what can you draw up? You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure after this interview, I wish you nothing but the best, and I wish you all the success that you can possibly have in this game. I wish you just everything in the most positive way that you can grow your business as yourself and as in your frames, that they can stay here for a very long time.
Guys, I appreciate that 100%. And
Really?
Did I enjoy this interview? You know, you guys helping me get out there. Thank you guys so much, and I promise my social media will get better. You guys will be able to find me. Promise. I tune into the podcast all the time, and I will continue to.
Hey, guys, so if you guys got somebody over there that's really good in social media, hit them up.
Send them my way.
Hit him up. Maybe you guys can talk about something and see where it goes from there. But he needs something.
This is more for me. Are you gonna raffle that today?
I'm going to raffle this today. Yes, sir.
Shit,
I'm
get
doing
in-
$20
I
tickets.
gotta get in that raffle.
I gotta get in this
That's why I was
raffle.
like, wait a minute.
Here we go.
I gotta
Here we
get in
go.
this
So,
raffle. Hey, man.
yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah, I just threw that frame together before I got here. It's kind of like, hey, man, why not? 10% is going to go to the OBC club. Just kind of help them out. You know, kind of help ourselves out, and let's have blackjack money. You know.
Yeah, right. Hey, man, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank
and
you guys
talking
for
to us,
having me, guys.
Man,
Man,
thank
dude,
you.
Always a
very
pleasure
much.
seeing you guys. Always
John
have fun with
King,
you guys.
John King.
Let's see it, man.
John K. Look,
Thank you guys so much. King Bikes.
First interview. Wait till he completely blows up. I'm gonna be like, we got him on our show first.
Oh yeah.
All right, man.
Love
Thank
the
you,
talk.
man.
Had a great time, guys. Thank you guys so much,
Cool,
man.
man.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Thanks, bro. I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Man. You guys have a
Cool,
good
man.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Dude, that John King, that's just fucking hard as hell, God. Oh,
Yo.
What? It is coming up here. Oh my goodness.
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm OBC'd.
I'm OBC. Oh, man.
How's your weekend going?
What a week.
What a week, right?
What a week. OBC all the way.
Yeah. With the mic close right there. There you go.
Yeah, I got Minnie Mouse syndrome. Yesterday I sounded like Minnie Mouse. I sound better. I'm rested. I actually rested for the show.
You got some rest? We got some rest last night.
Yes. I went
Yesterday in the daytime.
well, I slept like 2 hours.
Oh,
Man, that's two more than me.
that's two more than me. So how do you like the show, my dude? Mr.
I
Ramirez?
love it.
You love it?
Yes, it's something that I look forward to it the second it's over. I look forward to next year's.
Really?
Yes.
How do you like seeing your bombitas? How they take them and make them what they do? 'Cause Danny's got one of yours.
Man, one of them made me cry today.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Man, it made me cry.
No, hey, man, you say how you feel. You say how you feel because when you do what you love,
Yeah.
it shows. And these guys out here that buy your frames and get you frames, they support that and they take those things to a whole different level. Because
That's
I
what
have seen your face when you see it for the first time. It's like, wow.
Wow.
You're like, wow, like you get like really into it. And you
I
stare at
got
it.
to ride the ferry, the one that he had, the 18-inch.
Oh,
I got to ride that. My big ass got to ride that bike,
my
man.
first pit bike.
That thing is badass.
Little
It's
18 inch.
badass.
Yes.
It's the greatest parking lot bike in the world.
It really is. It really is.
Everybody rode that little thing.
Yeah.
I think you're onto something, man, with those little bikes.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Something
I think-
happened, and it came out of something that would normally be a bad thing for us. Somebody stole T Flow's bike
That's crazy, man.
a day after I finished it. Well, that started it all. Then I have we all know how it feels when they take them from us.
Yeah.
It hurts. And normally what we do to ourselves is worse than what that thief did to us. Don't do it. What I did was, I follow my example. Take all that poison, all that negativity, focus it into something positive. I made T-Flow's bike in 5 hours because I focused all that ugliness.
5 hours.
Yeah.
He made a whole bike. In
I needed it. I needed that picture. I needed to see T-Flow's bike and not be thinking of where she was at. She was in front of me.
Wow. She was in front of me the whole
Yes.
time.
And the one that was taken, she will come back. They all come back to me. One of them took 8 years. The other one took 6. Another
Wow.
one took 4 years. There are 3. No, now there's 4 out there. They will be spotted because you guys tell me.
Yes.
Because there are no other ones like that.
There are
When
no
you
other
see
ones
them,
like
you're
that.
You already
Yes.
know it's a grandfather bike.
Just was the last week I turned in 12 bikes. That night, that truck and 12 bikes were stolen. The next day, the driver was looking for a bike that looked like mine. In the whole city of LA, he got lucky. They spotted the guy. They followed him, called the police, and the police showed up. The guy left on our bike when he saw the cops. But inside the trailer were the other 11 customs.
Oh, man.
The bike is gone. And they told me not to say anything more. Because they have to do what they have to do.
Yeah.
I understand.
They caught his ass. Okay?
Good. Good. I hope each and
Yeah.
every one of you guys get caught. You know.
You have
get
no
caught.
idea how loud I screamed.
Oh, I bet.
Art, we found him. We just called the
my
cops.
gosh.
Oh my God, that's what I.
Look at Nick
Not on Audi. Keep it away.
What's up,
Knuckle. There's a
man?
Nick
my
Knuckle right
goodness.
there. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Good?
What is it? What do you call it? It's not photobombing. What is it?
It's video bombing. It's podcast bombing.
Podcast. We got podcast bombed. There were casualties.
So you guys, you have had an abundance of really good students that came out of your thing. That's like, it's the school of scrapyard. That he puts you to that ringer and be like, hey, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn it today. And in the backyard, old school style, he's
Yeah.
gonna break you. He's gonna break you. I have seen how he does his thing, man. Very informative because I've seen you when you were helping Marlene
Yeah.
with her bike, and you were informative, and Marlene was into it and stuff like that, and it was really cool. Then you also have Celeste that came out of your school. I call it School of Scrapyard. So they came out, and she came out with her version of her bike. How do you feel when you see that one? Because it came out this weekend. It was unveiled this weekend, and I never got
Yeah.
to see it until it was
How do
nice.
I feel when I see them working on it? Start complaining. It'll be worth it.
It will be worth it.
The grinder. The grinder is usually a harsh instrument to be introduced to the novice. Your hand will hurt for 2 or 3 days, but Celeste will find out today what What hard work.
What hard work can bring.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where it comes out today with the awards and everything like that. But it has been really praised. That bike has been really praised. How it looks, how it's painted, how it's built, that she did it, a female did it. You know, not to sound sexist, but it is a male dominant build thing. But when you do have females that are in it and they're building things, it's a whole different level because they're in their own level that's growing in there, and then everybody sees it automatically.
Females are the best students in the world. They have nothing to compete with you with, so they listen. They listen.
They listen.
Not only that, one frame and then you bring that out, she listened real well. They just look at you and wait to be told how to do it because they've been wanting to do it all their lives. No, not all of them, but the ones who do would like to do it.
Yeah.
Come down to the shop. I'll show you how to bend. You two guys.
Yeah. See.
And if you don't listen,
Oh, he'll let you know.
I will let you know.
Let's just say he'll let you know. He will let you know if you're not doing something right.
I like your shows of words better than mine.
Because you also had the Camarena brothers out there too, man.
The Camarena
With
brothers,
Marcus,
the boys.
yeah.
They listen too. Young, fresh minds, empty canvas.
Yes.
And the first time they started bending, well, they kept at it. Every single thing was a new experience. It's not only that, it was a skill. Their dad's into construction and painting and all. They do everything, and they're young. They were sponges.
Yes.
They both made their own frame in my place. One of them is still there. It's a tetanus hazard now. Come down and pick up first come down and clean up the frame, and finish it.
You already heard it here. See, he told you. He told you. Which one? Whose bike was that one? Is that Marcus or Isaac's?
Probably Isaac.
Isaac, because Marcus got his. So
yeah.
Isaac, he's telling you right now, go pick up your shit.
I didn't drop the dime.
I'm telling you because I'm Uncle Tony. Because I know you. But but I seen what you do with the people that you take over to your shop, and you give them hands-on. None of all the fancy stuff, because when you show them hands-on, that's more of a lesson than all the fancy stuff. Because you can always get to the fancy stuff, but if you don't know the root of how it goes, you're never gonna know.
You need to know from the ground up before you work on a table.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds like a poem.
Yeah.
You need to,
Yeah, you gotta know. You gotta know.
Yeah. A hook song.
Listen.
Yeah, hook song.
Dude, man, but man, Scrap Father, I'm so happy that you came on. So glad that I got to see you. You're enjoying OBC. You got the Lifetime Achievement Award last OBC, was it? The last OBC.
Last OBC.
Last OBC in September. You had one. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You know, you're in an elite selective group. They were awarded that, so congratulations to that.
I love the way you called me an
You
old
like that?
goat.
Yes.
I really love that.
Hey, did you do any
The
dancing?
great-
No wonder you're good at this,
Hey,
man.
yeah, you're the GOAT.
Man,
Hey, the greatest of all
you
times.
golden
You see
tongue.
it? You see that?
Yeah.
GOAT, the greatest of all times. You see that?
The greatest. No, don't do that.
Oh, yeah. See, you said the
Man,
GOAT. It is.
No, don't do that.
Hey, man, Scrap Father, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming on, my dude. I'm sure going to see a lot more of Bombitas. We also got with McCarthy, too, so I'm sure it's going to be a good thing coming out pretty soon, right?
Yes. They're learning the ropes, and they want to do it right.
Yes.
They're looking for the second one.
So it's
Which
going to
one?
happen.
They already got me. No, another. They picked up my creation. He liked it, and he likes us, and he's been looking for us, but he didn't know how to ask because he didn't know he had to ask.
Yeah.
Now he does. Now he's here, and he says, "Can you show me another design, one of your friends?" he's looking for us to consider them legitimate. They are legitimate. They're
See?
an American company. They're not Chinese. They used to sell bikes at the Oakland swap meet. Their daughter's apple pie, born in Oakland.
Yep.
They only knew the business side of it, which is, hey, that sells, let's make some of it. They didn't know the ethics. They learned it now. Not only that, now they want to embrace it.
Yeah.
They want us to consider them the custom world's bike shop.
See?
But it's going to be a long road.
It's gonna be worldwide.
Amazing.
It's gonna be good, man. That's an amazing accomplishment that you did, man.
Oh, thank you, man.
That's
Thank
an
you.
amazing accomplishment, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, yes.
I stand on the shoulder of a giant, JP.
Yes.
Um,
Mr. JP is also
Yes.
an amazing builder too. Designer.
He's an unschooled Picasso.
That is
stuff it
because
on a sheet, on a napkin. Hey, that's badass.
all right, buddy. Well, thank you very
But
much
thank
for
you for
coming on.
stopping by. Always.
Scrap Father on our show. He was also one of our guests. Also previously, probably I think it was like episode 17 in that area. In that area, I think that's where he was at. So
Yeah.
make sure to check it out on YouTube, and then he'll talk about all the stuff. Man, this guy, when he talks and he has stories, everything has stories. So make sure to watch that show and give him a thumbs up and say hi to Mr. Art Ramirez, man. Hey, man, thank you very much. We're gonna get another guy up here. I love you, man.
Thank you.
Oh my God,
Thank you.
Bye.
you're welcome.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Hey, I'll take that from you right there. Hey, man. This dude, you see all this stuff?
Margarita.
Yeah.
He said a margarita. I need me a margarita. Hey, man, it's just a lot of guys. Oh,
Yo.
look it.
How's
Nick.
it going, man?
Nick Loco is here. Nick Loco.
How's it going, man?
All right.
How you doing, my guy?
All right.
All right. So my man Nick Loco from New York, is it?
Long Beach, New York.
Long Beach, man, out here enjoying the OBC.
Quickie.
Quickie, here, we'll put the mic right there. Right there.
Quickie.
Quickie. He, the first time I met you, 2017, when you bought that badass trike, that thing slides aside like that. That is still one of the dopest trikes that I have
You
seen.
guys haven't even seen it. It's possible. You see it soon.
Oh,
When I get back.
it's going
When I
down.
get back, the world will see it. No one's going to see it. Sort of been. Tuck that one away.
Yeah, so man, that thing was badass. It just came side by side. It has like, man, how's it now?
That's don't got alcohol in it.
That's not that.
What are you doing, Paulie? What are you doing to me here? What are you doing to me here, Paulie? Ain't no alcohol in that.
No alcohol, man.
Caffeine, all right.
What do you think?
Who are you? What's your name,
Danny,
man?
Danny's son.
Danny San.
Yes, sir. That's it. Just keep it simple.
Danny's
Nothing
son.
fancy.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
How do you like the show so far?
Good. It's great. Yeah, I had to come catch up, see what's going on here. Check out the art.
Check out the
Check out the
art.
bike
I
art.
like- you know
see
what?
what's going on.
That was actually a good line. Check out the art. That was I like that one. Would you come out here check out the art?
Yeah.
this-
What episode is this? You guys are doing.
This is 101.
100. Whoa.
101. Hey,
What the fuck
hey,
is
101 we got here. 101.
What am I? You think I'm simple?
Yeah.
I'm a simple man. Wet pussy, cold beer.
I love this guy. Yeah, we've been doing 101 episodes. That's still he's on. There's just fucking no alcohol in there. Can somebody give this man a beer? And give this man a beer right now. It's not vodka. It's water. It's water. It's not vodka. It's not vodka. So what you got going on nowadays over there in your shop?
Just boxing through COVID. Fucking
You
get
surviving.
through all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
you
a
know,
tough
the
time.
fucking shit's the whole fucking industry's upside down. You know, it's taking care. It's focusing by fucking local community. Fucking, we keep everyone moving on their bikes. You know, we got a little boardwalk there. It's nice. We're focusing on the local thing the past few years, just keeping people out there, trying to get parts, fix their bikes, do all that shit. But I have to bust out a new custom maybe when I get back.
I can't wait to see what you're gonna come out
I'm gonna
with.
bust out a
That's
new
cool.
one.
We got
No more traveling with trikes is a
We
pain
got
in the
Mike
ass.
We got Mike Brand saying, look,
Mikey!
Nick Gogo's old school. He's been to big Euro shows before OBC.
Mikey!
Yeah.
Yo, Mikey, we live at 5? Nah, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. Sitting on the Med Coast. His little trailer.
So how long have you been in the game?
I don't know.
With your mic.
My store's like 13 years. My 13-year anniversary this year.
Oh, happy anniversary!
Before that, a few years before that, shorter time, probably like back like the FBI Amsterdam fucking Chopper Dome days is like 17 years ago.
Wow, you've been in the game for
That's
a
when
minute.
man Mike's ass fucking passed out, slapped a big 6 sticker on him when he was fucking sleeping. He got right in that siesta Spanish culture as soon as he moved there. He's like, oh, this is great. I sleep at 2 o'clock. It's just like, love you, bro. See you typing.
I see you typing.
See you typing there.
Oh man! So I can't wait to see what you're gonna come up with next. Is there any bike over here that in particular you're like, wow? Out of others, if you had like 3 that you were like, man, this is really dope.
There's a lot of good shit.
There's a lot of good stuff.
It's a lot of good shit, you know. There's a lot of good shit.
But one that stands out.
Even the detail, even somebody bought from someone, the details, the deets are there.
Yeah.
The deets are there. It's getting there. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna do like a fat tire 2-wheel air ride.
Uh-oh.
Something I could travel with a little better than the trike is a pain in the fucking ass.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt for us when we have to haul a trike for somebody.
Even in town, just a trike.
Yeah, it's just yeah. You're Mr. Carry-All. When you get a trike, you're Mr. Carry-All.
That's my only
100%.
check-in. The only thing I've ever checked in on a flight in 15 years is a fucking bike.
A bike. Oh man! So if they wanna look you up or look at your store and stuff, where would they go on social media?
I don't have a website. I don't got shit. I got Instagram.
Yeah, go.
Local
what's your-
Cycles LBNY. I got Facebook. Or you can just fucking. Just put a little kiss on that sweet little head.
I guess you guys get to go there. I'm done. Is that Letterbox? That's my house. Oh my God. Hey, Nick, that is the wildest man.
I think I should probably wash my hands.
My man just walked.
Having a
He
good
like
time,
dropped
son.
the mic. He dropped the mic on us, man. Hey, this has been good. How much time we got? Right? We still got 40. We got a while. Wow, we still got a while.
Está rosado.
How about we? Yeah, y'all saw that, right? Some baby powder on that shit, right? Y'all saw that. They're going over there on the stage right now.
Oh,
They're doing the raffles. I think that's what
hey,
they're doing.
we're having a good time. Hey, we wish you guys were
Oh, they're
here
doing the
too,
Golden
man.
Ticket Awards right
Oh,
now.
that's fucking tight. Speaking of golden tickets, this bike that I actually have here was a golden ticket winner before. Yo, we got Pookie
Hey,
over
Pookie,
there,
come
man.
here, Pookie. Come here, Pookie. Come here, Pookie. Get in here, Pookie.
Hey, we got the Chicago Bros on there. I think Gary Melapela was
Gary
on there.
Melapelas is in there.
Rudy,
Hey,
Joel, Gary.
yes.
My brother
we
Al.
we got a
Yeah, your brother's out
Chicago
here too, man.
native over here.
Man, my brother wanted to tell everybody
Salute,
in San Diego and Yuma that they treated him like family, and he had a great time out there.
It's a beautiful thing
The rides,
out there.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
beautiful
We
thing.
want to do that one next year.
Yeah, your brother's a cool dude, man. Like, it's always a good time seeing him. Just buys beers and just
Damn, fool,
hands
you
them out
touched
to
your
people.
mouth, fool.
Huh?
You touched your mouth with that
It
hand.
was with this one, fool.
Oh, fool.
This is the chapstick, man. I make sure to keep the chapstick hand away.
We had a very interesting exit.
We're gonna see how he tops it because the last dude showed his ass.
Oh, the last guy before me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
We'll
So
get
when you guys heard that we went to Chicago, we actually stayed at Pookie's house, Pookie and Mad Dog's house. They were graciously enough to, get us out there, help us out to get us out there, and they boarded us over there, and they let us
House.
in their little house, and but they had like the basement. His basement was just full of bikes, man, and we owe a gratitude thank you to you about one of the greatest memories that we had,
Still one of the
and
best.
still
fucking
one of the
trips.
highlights of
We
our
were
bike
happy
rides.
when you guys came out, because to us it's like we get to see it again through your eyes. In our city, Chicago has so many bike lanes, and I mean it's endless,
Yeah.
endless, different neighborhoods, and we tell
up,
everybody,
keep it
whoever
up, like
wants
that.
to come over, we'll give you bikes and just show you around the city.
Yo, and then we rode, and like we rode, and this is that ride was not for the timid.
Shit,
I'm
we
telling
rode
you
last
right now.
night.
They did not disappoint whatsoever when we went down there to Chicago.
Hey.
We got to ride the BMXs. We were like, okay, 13 of us rode almost 33 miles on the first night, and then the second day we went to go ride again. It was crazy because we were actually picking the bikes again. We were like, all right, what bike we're gonna ride? What bike we're gonna ride? And then he's like, hey, what are you guys doing? I said, well, Danny and I are picking the bikes that we're gonna ride. He's like, nah, the Chicago brothers got 2 bikes from their collection for you to go ride.
Yeah, Rudy and Joel brought out
And
some.
I was like, no way.
Yeah.
What's up, Tango? How you doing, buddy?
If you're ever in San Jose, California, come ride with the Thirsty Thursday Riders.
There you go. You heard it right here.
There you go.
Plug instantly right here. We do that. So yeah, man, it was such a dope experience to go over there, and then when they told us, oh man, they got us 2 bikes from their collection. At that moment, like I felt really touched. Like wow, that's insane. Like you guys all took good care of us when we went down there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you guys didn't know, Rudy and Joel with the Chicago brothers over there, Chi-Town Cruiser, shout out to you guys. With their bikes, their high-end engraved bikes, and beautifully made. They rode those bikes 50 miles. 50 miles.
Hey, shout
and
out to
Pookie
Skip,
rode,
too.
and Pookie rode, and Slick, yeah, right? And Skip, Pookie rode a Stilo Customs bike, and he rode it with a speaker in the back, a bump box speaker. He was the party. He knew exactly where to take us.
I've been
man.
riding that frame since I got it from him, man, and I put that thing through hell, and it's a solid frame.
It is a
comfortable.
solid frame.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
And in the music, and everybody was looking at. There was only the Saturday was only 6 of us, 6 or 7 of us.
I think 8.
I think 7 or 8 of us. We were only riding in the south side of Chicago. All right, we were out there. When we got there, they tell us, "Hey, the cops are
They were on strike. that
They're on
week.
strike, and we're like,
No. But the first thing when you landed, Danny's like, "Hey, what do the cop cars look like?"
what do
I'm
the
like,
cop
"What the
cars
fuck?"
look like?
Gangsta.
Gotta know what it looks.
They don't believe me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna incriminate myself.
It
yeah,
was
but they were
insane.
on strike that week, and it was just pretty crazy. And everybody thinks that Chicago, they hear all this stuff, but it's not like that. When you come around and we get to take you different places, and you see everything. 90% of the ride was on bike lanes that we did.
Yeah.
Some other, we went through alleys and little gateways because I like to do that. And they're supposed to add another 45,000 miles of bike lanes, and it's
Wow.
the future for Chicago.
And then
So-
that shop that you took us to, the
The working bikes.
working bikes, that was an amazing tour.
Yeah.
And man, I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys ever get a chance to go to Chicago and go ride, okay, it's very, very important that you guys can go, because this ride, and then Pookie, we called him the mayor of Chicago.
Anytime,
That's what it's got.
if you guys got vacation time and you want to ride somewhere different or whatever, hit us up on Instagram, and we got bikes and we'll show you around the city, and just let us know when you're coming in. I got out of vacation time. I'll take vacation time, and we'll just ride the city. You know?
Yeah.
And people have come in from San Diego, from San Francisco, from Toronto, Gary, and we just show them, you know, go through the whole city.
You got to show them the city, because that city was beautiful. I mean, we rode so much, and then the whole time they were like, he was taking us like the round route to go.
Those weren't gunshots.
Huh?
They were fireworks, Gary.
They were gunshots. They were fireworks. You know, we only got about $60,000 worth of bikes out there, but you know, it was good. It was a good time.
I think we heard gunshots when we were there.
When we got to the house,
one
the very
day.
end,
Yeah.
from a distance.
But it's not scary, man.
It ain't scary.
It's good.
When you hear a bang, you just go like this. See, that's all you gotta do. It's
Nah,
very
man,
simple.
Chicago was beautiful, man. Like everything
Chicago was
about it,
beautiful.
the whole.
We were
like,
voted three years in a row #1 city to visit by tourists, you know, and it's
but
just so much
with,
to see.
With Pookie though, it has to be to visit with Pookie.
Yeah,
That
it's
should be
definitely a different city on a bike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is
So-
definitely. He took us through a lot, man. The Chicago Cubs Stadium.
Yeah.
Chicago Cubs Stadium.
If you got
Wrigley
baby
Field.
legs, he'll take you down the baby leg route. But
We
if
didn't
you
get
down
to
the
go
ride-
past Obama's house. Obama's
that's-
house, they got it closed off, but you can go through with a bike. So I wanted to do that, but that was on the other side of town.
Well, no, we're going to that
But
next
time.
year. So for Danny and myself, we are literally putting ourselves one time a year to go to Chicago to go ride on that, because it was an amazing ride. I know that next time we go, you're gonna take us a whole different way. I want to see Chicago, and every time I go there, I want to see it in a different light.
Man, it's
But
always
what we
different.
saw and experienced, and man, thank you for a life-changing experience. That a memory that you,
Thank
your
you for
wife,
coming out.
your
Yeah,
wife,
okay.
your
Oh, Mad
brother,
Dog.
your wife, your brother, the Chicago brothers, Skip, the other guy on the electric bike,
Tommy.
Tom.
Tom, you know, and your other brothers that I met,
Freddie
over there,
Arturo.
you know, all
Those
you guys.
we try and keep separated, because when those two get together,
it's
fucking-
it's World War III.
mayhem,
It's
yeah.
mayhem. but we went and we had a great time over there. Where is Mad Dog?
she's over there by Barcata.
By Bercata? Where's she at? We'll get her. We'll get her over here. She comes back over here. We'll get her on here so she can say. She actually made Danny and us whistles, so it is pretty cool to see. But what do you think of the show so far?
Oh man, it's awesome. I finally got to talk to Delta about his 2 bikes. He was going over the 2 bikes with me, and those are pretty clean. That's the first time I see them.
Yeah, they're pretty
Uh-huh.
badass.
And hold on.
It is.
Hello?
Hold on. Let me talk to him.
Hey.
Hey Lee, come
She's on the phone.
come to the Pedals Up podcast booth. Hurry.
Got the Pete going in the back. I'm over
Run.
here. Oh.
Yeah, she heard me. She's coming. Thank
Yeah,
you.
but she does a lot for somebody like, she's in the bike scene because I like riding, and everything she does. Like last night, I had her out till 3:30 in the morning, riding in the wind, fucking coming back, and she was
Oh,
done.
yeah,
She
they
was
went
riding.
on the ride.
I mean, we
yesterday
had
on
a
the
good
strip.
time. It was an awesome ride yesterday.
Yeah,
You know?
it was good. That-
late, but that's what I came to do. Ride every time we come to OBC, just hit everything, the strip,
Ride and ride and ride and ride.
ride and party, and we love it.
Here comes the better half.
On beat too.
Lee,
The
come
whole
here.
time
Sit right
walked
here.
over here on beat.
Here comes the better half. Sit down, Mama. Sit down. There you are. How you doing, Miss Mad Dog?
How's it going?
Oh,
How are
Mama,
you?
how you doing?
Hello.
How you
How's
been?
it going?
I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
put this
I
up
had a
right
good
there. Right there.
Oh, I'm good. I had a
Right
good
there.
time.
Close to your mouth.
Whatever.
Whatever. How do you like your OBC here?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it feels like we were just here, but I'm so happy to see everyone, and I had a great time, and I'm so tired and so broke, but
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't have my glasses on. It's okay. You can read it.
So you've been having a good time since you got in here.
Ever since I got here. Now my sister came, and yeah, I had a great time. Thank you so much for the bikes, guys. I wanted to ride the green bike. What's
The little guacamole.
bike. I was like, I want to ride that bike, but it's all good.
The wa-
Should have
the-
told me.
So we come and Tony sets us up with the bikes. And Danny's like total security when a fight breaks out, you know. Shit. It
Too
was
violent sometimes.
Violent sometimes.
he goes
quiet.
he goes real slow, like Terminator walks towards the fight, and just like what's going on. And so we had fun. A lot of people hooked us up, took care of us. I am exhausted and sunburned and broke and whatever, but I'm happy. I'm so happy.
Good.
So happy
What do you
that
think?
We had good weather except for that wind. Fuck
that wind last night.
Fuck that wind. Ooh.
That came. You
No, you're
guys.
good. We had ass.
We had ass
Camera
already
and
on camera. It's okay. It's okay.
I was like trying to get up the speed to just get back home. I'm like, please God, just let me
And
get home.
the worst part of the wind is just
It's
that
in-
area.
Yeah.
Once you get past it, that's it, because there's no buildings.
There's
in
no
there.
buildings. Yeah.
There's no buildings. But no, we did have a good time. I mean, with the ride that we did, you try to make sure that you guys were safe. You guys got to see how.
Not
we do
only
it
that, I was like, hey, I'm not having this, Tone. And Tone's like, I got you. And we went our own way. We did our own thing.
yeah,
That was the best part.
We try to make sure. We try to make sure that everybody that comes to OBC will have a good time.
Yeah, because you
and-
came to ride. I didn't come to stand around. I mean, if I want to go to a club, I'll dance and stand around. But I
Yeah.
wanted to ride as much
wanted
as
to
I
ride.
could and
So-
see as much. Yeah, they
they
did
do offer a
rides.
lot of rides. There's always a ride.
You could pick any, how they schedule it. You pick whatever ride you're gonna do and schedule your
Or
other
what you
stuff
wanna
around
see.
it or whatever.
Like,
I
what
do
you want
them all.
to
I had that Raul let me pull his stereo and I had that bump box the whole
Yeah,
just blowing it up.
yeah.
There's a lot of
So,
Pookie be hauling all the music.
yeah.
Okay, that's the music man.
Yeah, he's a
Okay?
straight up rider, yo.
But
And I
he is
feel,
definitely a straight up
like
rider.
I rode so many bikes that my butt hurts.
You know, I don't even know who's who. I don't even know who's
It
who.
I had
happened.
so many seats. You're not used. You got your
Those
own
seats.
bike and you have your own seat, so you're comfortable. But and you have to ride
You
some
are
of them.
not the father. You are not the bike.
Well said, watch out for the mic. You can get herpes off them.
Oh, come tell you.
That's why you've been talking into them.
Qué culo
Who's been
tan
talking
feo.
in that mic?
They
Who's
got,
been
they
doing?
got to see it HD.
Let me see hand spray.
They got to see it HD.
But I'm glad you guys came out, and thank you
Yeah.
very much,
Just,
very much for having us
so
over there.
yeah, we'll come every year. Maybe you guys come every year to
We
Chicago,
are.
do that one-off thing. Yeah. So the Molly rides in May. I know you guys can't make it, but if you can anyhow, come in May. The Tamale rides in May, May 22nd. We do have some people coming from out of town for that, and we just posted it. So it went from like 10 people to like 55 in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
So it's gonna be big. I have a lot of like things that I hand out. We do raffles. Bring tamales. I bring Modelo's. I bring water, Gatorade.
Oh yeah, that was the best part, because we did not stop bar to bar. We didn't like waste any time in anywhere, because this lady in her car, they got this thing planned out. She drove around from one stopping place to another stopping place with the beverages in the car. We kicked it for a bit, and then we just kept it moving. We
Snacks.
just kept it moving. Next.
Snacks. We had snacks.
And we had snacks.
They had snacks.
So, and, you know, I was having nice cold beer in the middle of Chicago, these towers, these skyscrapers. It was really, really cool.
It's not legal in Chicago to drink, but
It's
we
not
do it
legal.
anyway.
It's
We
not
do it
legal,
anyway.
But we had a little area that we did, but it was really cool.
Yeah.
that
You got to see a
experience.
lot of alleys.
Yes. We got to see a whole bunch of
zoo was cool.
The zoo
Yeah.
The zoo is cool.
and the underground. The underground
oh,
city.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they film Batman?
Oh, when we bribed the guy with a beer. Remember we?
Yeah. So yeah, we were when we remember they were about to close off. This dude, security guard, was like, "Nope, can't let you." So we offered him a beer, and
Oh, the entrance to the what's that called? What's that called? The lake? The
The riverfront. Yeah, the
The
riverfront.
riverfront.
Yeah, the Riverwalk.
That
Yeah.
that is a memory that will never go away from my head when you talked about the beer, because the brother
I-
was not letting us
We
in.
were just about to turn around, and somebody pulled out a beer.
Somebody give him a beer, and that guy just said,
He goes,
"All right,
But
hurry up,
you gotta
hurry
think
up,
about
you
it.
gotta go, you gotta
at
go."
work, how many times do I wish someone would just
How
offer
many
me a
of
"A
beer?
beer."
Just on the download, like, hey, yo.
Yeah, and we rode all over, man. That made the ride. That made the ride. Hey, man, you gotta experience what you can experience and make the best of it, whatever you can. You can hustle everything.
Train.
A beer, hustled a long, hustled a long
Modelo
way.
time.
Oh, so yeah, when I made these for the Chicago the Chicago ride, I'm gonna make some more of these for the tamale ride. And I was just telling Martha and Raul the story about we went to Phoenix and people just like, here's a bike, here's a T-shirt, here's some drinks. And then I said, oh, I like your cup holder. One day I opened the mail and there was a cup holder in my mail. I mean, all of the people that we know, California and Vegas and Phoenix and everywhere. Everyone's been so nice to us. That's why if you come to Chicago, we're gonna hook you up big time, so you don't gotta worry. Everybody knows Mad Dog and Pookie in Chicago, so just ask for us. And Facebook, we're now on Facebook and Instagram. So come on through. We always got a ride to do. We always got somewhere to go.
I always wear my whistle on
Mine,
my
I left it in my shirt pocket.
Danny uses his whistle in bed.
Yeah.
That's his safety word. You don't have a safety word. You got a whistle.
I know.
He blows the whistle. Foul.
This is turned really left.
Yo, so again, talk about the tamale ride again. Where's the day, the meetup? Where was it at again?
It's May 22nd. It's on a Sunday. I did it on a Sunday because some of our friends work on Saturday, so we want them to be able to come on a Sunday. But if there is people coming from out of town, I'm going to be riding Friday and Saturday, and those are just going to be freestyle rides that we'll do wherever the road takes us.
Yeah,
and but it's on Sunday, May 22nd. Meet up at 10, right out at 11. There's a lot of the murals and a lot of
the murals. Oh my God, the graffiti.
Amazing.
That graffiti. Oh man.
We know a lot of the artists. We know a lot of the people that own the galleries. So sometimes they'll open up the galleries for us, and just it's an awesome place. And Pilsen, it's an awesome neighborhood, man. It's like a hipster neighborhood in Chicago that it's like 15 minutes from the lakefront.
Yeah.
So it's a good area to be in.
Yeah,
come on down.
I'm gonna have to repost the Chicago picture so you guys can put the faces to what we're talking about.
And again, if you want a custom whistle, if you want a cool, hit her up, man.
So it's a lanyard, it's a whistle, it's a keychain with your bike key.
I'm making this whistle. I'm making this whistle the power whistle because
people were about to get on their bikes and shit.
Yeah, people are about to get on the bikes and shit.
They're like, where are we going?
Whistle has a lot of power, and I got this from Mad Dog.
Yes,
right here.
thank you.
I got this from Mad Dog. I will always cherish this. I hope it will never break on me.
Tony Vegas
and it
on.
says Tony Vegas on it too, so that's pretty cool.
It says Danny Cheap.
Yes. Oh, we got.
I gotta make
1904 right there. Okay, I see you. So
okay, one more shout out. Want to shout out to my kids. They always put up with all our trips, and they got our backs and dropping us up, picking us up at the airports. All our escapades. To T-Flo and Amy, keeping this going. I'm so happy to see them. I'm always willing to volunteer and help. But to all my guys back at Skip, our president, Chicago Tail Draggers, we're gonna get some more patches done. He couldn't make it this year, but he's coming definitely next year. The Chicago Brothers, Gary, Martina, everybody. Those are my shout outs. Do you have any shout outs? Oh, Alex. Yeah, Alex. He just came back from a big trip, so he didn't make it this time. My sister came from Long Beach. So yeah, thank you guys. You guys make us feel like family.
No, I appreciate you.
Lovely lady over there with her big hugs. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are our friends.
Oh yeah,
like,
me too.
Truly our
I'm
friends.
so happy.
Really.
Thank you for the support. You guys always watching us on TV.
Everything.
And stuff.
Big screen TV
wait.
and everything.
So I get out at 10 or 10:30, and then Gil already has it on a big screen, and I'm watching it on my phone till I walk in the door. And then you guys are late sometimes, so that works out good for me because I didn't miss anything. They're like technical difficulties. I go, oh, good. I'm going to get my snack and sit down and watch it. So, yeah, technical difficulties work out better for me because then I don't miss any of the show.
Well, thank
but
you
I'm
very
still
much,
watching on my phone. So
thank you very much.
I love you
coming.
guys
I wanted
so
to
much.
give you guys a time to shine and to introduce the people that gave us a really, really good experience. So thank you very much, Pookie and Mad Dog. I greatly appreciate you guys.
We'll keep you guys posted. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
Yo, what we got? We're good? All right. Oh, we definitely got to talk to this guy.
Man, I haven't talked to him all weekend.
I haven't talked to him all weekend.
I haven't even seen him all weekend.
So now we're gonna bring on a legend, a big time guy in this business. So Mr. Jimmy Peak is walking up to the stage right here. Oh my goodness. Look at this guy. He's fresh. You fresh to death?
Look at him.
How you doing, Mr. Jimmy?
I'm doing fantastic. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing
How-
excellent. Long week.
Yeah.
Long week. And it's still going.
Still going.
And it's still going.
Yeah, it's been, what, I saw you 3 nights ago. I can't even keep track anymore. I was just telling Paulie on the way up, I haven't seen you guys. He said you guys are 2 hours on, 1 hour off, and I'm like, I haven't seen any of your 1 hour offs yet, but I've also been.
It hasn't.
Dude,
it
I've been
hasn't stopped.
spinning. They had me out there, I'm trying to help with, OBC and participating, and they wanted Robert and myself and Art to, handle some judging with the bikes out there, and man,
That's a tough job.
it's tough, man. It's like, because a lot of the people who are doing the builds, and you can't segregate based on who you know or who did the work, and you just got to look at it an outside perspective. To me, 3 guys is really good because between us 3, there was, I'm not saying any of it. Art had a good point. It's not butting heads. It's just coming to an agreement, So what's interesting is of half the categories, us 3, so Robert and I were walking the ground together, and we were kind of talking back and forth. Art went on his own, and then we met up with him after the fact. We went through the list and respected every number and everything that was chosen. And what's interesting is, without us even knowing, half of them, we all 3 hit the same number,
Really?
the same pick. So that makes things a lot easier than having to go through the whole thing again and reevaluate.
Yeah.
So we went through the other half, and like I said, it's not an easy job. It's
Judging
there's
is not an easy job.
so much great work. Like for me, I wish everybody can go home with an award. To be
Yeah.
honest.
It's not an easy job.
Yeah.
The judging
And
is not
so,
an easy job.
I think hats off to everybody who brought everything out, and it's just there can only be one.
There can
Like
only be
right
one.
now, with the way that OBC awards are, there is no first, second, third. It's all or nothing. And that said, that they spread it out really well with everything from mild to extreme to full to radical. So or ladies, it goes on and on. Motor assist, electrical, and
When you come up to judge these things, what is it that you kind of look for?
So for me, I look at 2 things. Obviously, a lot of people put a lot of time and effort into cosmetics. Okay, so chrome plating, the painting, all that work said and done is that's already going to be one thing you're going to look at throughout everybody. But for me, a few things that I pointed out on a few of these bikes is I like to look at ingenuity, and I'm not a guy who builds that much on ingenuity. When I say that, people who come up with like just mechanical type things with swing arms and was with obviously electrical assist is so popular, and coming up with different ways to do it, and coming up with different ways to run their chain line or different ways to run suspension. What's interesting is I look at that as a big part of judging for me, and I don't even do it. A big part of why I don't do it is because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't like doing a lot of work, but there are a lot of guys out there who can do that with their eyes closed.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, I can't spend that much time on that, but they're a natural adage, so I respect that. So that's why when I look to go to judge, cosmetics is a given. Everybody's going to look at the bike and like, that's badass. Ingenuity, that's where you got to start paying attention to the details of what makes that bike mechanically work. And that, to me, when you see something different, I'm like, wow, that may weigh in heavily based on the fact that there may not even be cosmetics on that bike. Period. It might be a raw bike, but I like it.
Yeah. But I was able to be one of a judge at another show. It is hard, But when you look at, like, for example, you start looking at them. Do they have all chrome? Yeah. Okay. Paint, good. Leather work, all right, good. And then you start getting to a point that it's like, all right, now I have to really weed them out to see who falls in those categories. Nuts and bolts, spokes, whatever the case may be. There's always things that either gives you up or down.
Right.
So at the end of the day, somebody's gonna win.
For sure, yeah.
So it is very hard to.
It
to
is.
pick.
It's very difficult. I mean, I don't.
I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't know I was judging today.
We never know.
Yeah,
who's
you know,
judging.
it's like they're looking for people or candidates of people who work in the industry, and I get it. And I've been doing my best to try and enjoy these events more than working.
Yeah.
I've been working a lot, and I'm not saying everybody does it, but I've been like just hitting it hard for a good solid, and show-wise, like 6 years, like vending and fabricating to bring stuff out for sale. What I did differently this year is, if you go to my booth, I have 3 sets of handlebars of 1.25 inch, big fat bars that drop down to 7/8 of my design. So what it is, a lot of people have been talking about these bikes are getting bigger and bigger. They're so huge, you know, and your 7/8 handlebars just look a little small. So I was thinking to myself, you know, it's nothing new, but the biggest challenge in making fat bars is the transition to drop back down to 7/8 to work with your existing grips and stem. People don't want to go out and buy motorcycle grips and whatever it might, motorcycle risers, to even make a 1-inch diameter bar work. So I've been working on something where I did the YouTube. I think you guys seen the video of me fabricating these. I brought 3 different bars. I'm gonna start offering them. Then yes, they're pricey compared to a standard hard handlebar, but you know, it is what it is. The material, the work, the labor hours put in. If you want some big fat 1.25 inch bars to roll with your 1.5 inch frame, you know, there you go. The other thing is I brought a new Springer fork that I've been working on. Oh, really? So it's the first I've dipped into Springer forks, just trying to give people options. At the same time, I'm trying to offer things new. I don't know if I talked about the fact that I'm going to start laying off my production frames. The T2, the Tail Dragger, the Rockstar. Not that I don't love doing them, but I would like to focus more on one-offs and the new Springer fork and handlebar. So what I did this time, stop me from rambling, is I brought those things to share with people so they can touchy-feely and see it in the flesh. And then I will start offering them, which I've already sold like 3.25 inch bars. I haven't sold any Springer forks yet. I'm hoping to have those available within the next month. Here we are in April and May. I'm hoping to have them available in June. And this was just kind of a prototype thing, but I'm super happy with the results so far. And going forward, we'll do Springer forks, 1.25 inch bars. I also always do my normal handlebars. And then frames is where I'm like really laying back. And not that I'm not going to lay back on doing them. I'm just going to focus more on their concept or one-off of something that they want.
Well, that's good.
You know, so really it's like, hey, I got this vision, and I think I've been pretty good with executing. Even if you can't draw, I'm just like, get a piece of paper and just like at least give me something. And then I've been pretty good with being able to take that. And then you got other guys who just got like a blueprint for you, you know. So I want to do more of that. Brings that creativity and changing things up. And the production frames, I'm not saying I won't continue them, but right now I'm going to take a break from. I've actually stopped taking frame orders back in October.
So your tail dragger is the Rockstar
and the T2
and the T2. Those are production frames.
When I say that, yeah, I've got. I mean, it's like double digit. Like it's like over 100 frames combined.
Those are production bikes.
So when I say production,
we want to make sure the difference between a production and like a full custom or like a one-off.
Well, you'll be able to. I mean, to me, it's like you can just look at my frames. Most people know what the Tail Dragger and T2 look like. Basically, the only difference between those two frames, it's the same frame design. It's just the head tube is dropped, so the whole stance is lower. The Tail Dragger, which would be the T1, is more the chopper. It has a long fork on it. The Rockstar, same front end, but it has stays that go straight back. That's pretty much it. But yes, I've done so many, I've done a lot of those.
Yeah.
And I do fabricate them to order, so it's like if Danny ordered one, it wouldn't be the same as what you order based on just your height and your inseam. Every frame is built on your geometries. So yes, they're production frames, but they're not like a one-size-fits-all.
Yeah.
That said, when someone does another order, I'm so fortunate and blessed that people want to continue to order frames from me, but it's just like anything else. It becomes just a repetitive, like I've done this 1,000 times already, so I need to change things up. Yeah. And so that's what it is. It's like people think it's crazy that I turn down orders, but I'm hoping that the move I'm gonna make will just be better, not just for me, but for everyone else.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
something
yeah.
to change it up. Something
You have to do what's best for you. You know, you have to. You've been growing with it. You started where usually a lot of these guys start, and you're on that level now where you kind of know what you want.
Right.
And a lot of these guys have to go through that. That's why it's been exciting. We had two new guys from Yuma that are kind of new to the bike scene, but they're already kind of bringing the nice fab work like this one right here. You got John King.
John King.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I actually ran into him. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm just saying these guys are like the second generation that you guys have motivated. That these guys are bringing some hard stuff, and they're hungry for that. So the stuff that how you're saying that those guys are going to be picking up that kind of stuff now, which is good to have that now, so we can keep growing.
Right.
So you can continue to do Jimmy Peak,
Right.
and that way these guys can grow too. Go through that process
Right.
of dealing with what it's like to have orders,
Right.
to fulfilling all that stuff, because you have to learn and grow with it, as you know.
Yeah,
And you have
yeah.
gotten to that level now that you know what works for you and what you're gonna try to stay away from, because that doesn't work for Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you have to do that. You have to.
And I appreciate that
Yeah.
very much. What's interesting, you bring up John. I met him for the first time in person at the Yuma show.
Yeah, Yuma show. See,
And-
we be popping up in Yuma because you must be popping.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like, you get to talking to people who are doing fabrication stuff, and I found out, I didn't know this, but I mean, you kind of know, and I talked about this even on my podcast, that I don't know who's watching. People don't really, respond to it much. I see the likes, I see the views. If anything, the views don't lie. I mean, the views are what they are. But when I talk to an individual and people come up to me, several people came up to me in Yuma saying how much they enjoy my videos. And when I say I'm surprised, I'm just like, well, I didn't even know you were watching, So I'm talking to John. John's watched everything I done, and I'm just so, I feel very blessed that people find it useful, which is all I'm trying to put out there. So John and I got on all kinds of conversation, and I told him when I left Yuma, I was just like, hey man, you need anything at all, just reach out. It's like, I'd like to think that when I share these videos that I'm not hiding anything. Well, what's interesting is we all build, and I know we're building whether it's for competition or to be a better business or to be on top of the business. But at the same time, to educate is only going to make things in the scene of the whole deal just even 10 times better. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I know. I've said this on my YouTube videos. I'm like, I don't consider myself a know-it-all by any means. All I'm doing is sharing with you what I've learned and experienced on my own. That's it. You can take it or leave it. I'm not saying what I do is the end-all, be-all, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying I've had a lot of non-killer days.
Not
a non-killer day. And when I say that, it's like, I've had Kelly know she's hearing the F-bomb going out in the shop, and I've had my days of throwing stuff. I'm a lot better now. I used to be really bad. But there's some battle damage in the shop of me not having such good days. And you talk to a lot of fabricators, dude. It's nothing new. Robert, Kevin, we all go through that. All of us. I've been better only because I've been doing it now a little bit longer, to where I know how to deal with my temper. I know I seem like a super cool, calm guy, and I like to think I am. But I have a side of me where, like anyone else, where if things like, you spend an entire day on something like this kind of work, and you just got to basically just throw it out the window and start again. That's a tough day.
It
man.
is a tough
like
day.
I come in the house and Kelly's just like, and I'm like, she's so nice. It's like I'm not an a-hole or anything. She just knows, okay, well, this is one of those moments, and it's like she just gives me my space. And anymore, I've been learning to just turn it off when I come in. But point of all this is that with the YouTube videos, I'm trying to make less non-killer days for all the guys who are trying to learn. That's all.
But these guys gotta know that you are gonna have those days.
Yeah,
so that's why it is good that you do talk
my
about it.
bloopers alone is proof of that.
Because
I'm just saying.
Nobody's perfect, man. Everything takes work, practice, experimenting, trying, failing. That's the only way you're gonna get there to
That-
that
yeah,
level.
exactly,
Because
yeah.
sometimes it might look cool in your head, and you actually try. You're like, oh, maybe it wasn't that cool, or maybe it is cool, but it's not functional. So then that's where you got to get creative again. Be like, okay, so what can I do to maybe not destroy it, but maybe change it up,
Yeah.
save it, or whatever you want to do. You got to get creative.
Exactly.
And by doing it, it's the only way you're gonna learn.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure that when these guys build their frames, and like John and James, when they're building their frames, and I'm almost 100% sure that when you get to see their frames and you give them their feedback and like you give them the thumbs up, like that goes a long way for
It
the
does.
momentum for somebody.
It really
because
does.
you've been doing this for quite some time, and and you can't deny and take away the accomplishments that you have gone through in this game, because you have gone through a lot of stuff. You have been noticed in a lot of, you've won a lot of awards. You've done a lot in this industry. So it is good. It is good to say, you know what, thank you, and accept it, because you are a very humble guy. We're very humble also, but when we know we work really hard on something and you accept it, it's like you get to breathe.
Right.
You gotta enjoy it, because Danny and I, we talk about it all the time. People see us now and they're like, oh man, you're Tony. He's like, you're on the internet and blah blah blah. I go, but I can't see myself what they're saying to me.
Right.
But when I see it in the whole picture,
Right.
together,
Right.
in the whole picture,
Right.
I can accept that.
Exactly.
In the whole picture, I can't accept that as like myself as an individual,
Right.
but I accept it all
Right.
in one big
Exactly,
1904 in one big except to say thank you very much. Yeah, I'll take that credit. So for you, I would love for you to take that credit, because you deserve that 100%. And I know that these guys, when they build their bikes, they're gonna your guys' comments are gonna go a long way for them.
Well, I appreciate that.
No,
I super appreciate that. Like I said,
tremendously, man.
I'm just doing what I do. I'm out here. I tell everybody all the time, man. I'm just another guy out here building bikes.
Yep, that's
and
what we
trying
all
to
say.
enjoy life, you know. I read a thing. I think it was yesterday. I may have this quote wrong, but it said something like, it's interesting you talk about this. It's like mistakes are not, if I can probably gonna get this wrong, but mistakes are not a choice. You have to make mistakes in order to make yourself better.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
It was something like that, but I'm just saying, it's like, you know, we all, you have to screw up to learn.
In order to succeed, you got to fail.
And the only way to make it right is to do it wrong first.
Yep.
You know, nobody is going to do anything
Not
the right
that
time.
one.
You know, the first time right. You know,
It's gonna be you got to keep on going, because if you don't keep on going, you're not gonna know what you're capable of doing. You know, it takes somebody to build something. Hey, you can build it. I can try to build it. I can try to build it. So it is good.
How you guys doing out here?
Oh man, we're having a great time. We're accepting and enjoying everything that comes our way.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, and that's all we can do.
Yeah.
You know, the show is beautiful. I mean, there's so many beautiful bikes out here.
It's incredible.
Is there like particular bikes that you kind of like, wow, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Cool things that you have.
Oh, well, you see the effort and the heart put into every one. You know what I mean? Like everybody who throws their bike out in there and puts a number on it, they all strongly believe that they're going to take home the prize. You know, and that alone is just how much you can see the feeling of every detail that people put into their builds.
Yeah.
You know. And so, like I said, I respect that. I wish everybody can go, but there can only be one, and that's what makes it. That's what makes it really, really tough, man. But having three, like I said, really helps. And I think Art and Robert, those two are great guys. We walked around and we got bothered a few times where people were like trying to I don't know if they were trying to freaking see what was going on with the pics or even.
What do you feel when you see your bike transform? You give it to them naked and they transform it.
The first time?
The first time when you see any of your bikes for the first time.
What's interesting is that's the beautiful thing. It's like I have a vision. I've never drawn any of my frame designs or builds. I've never put it on paper. I'm the guy who can't sleep at night because I'm thinking about what that frame looks like in my head. Okay? So even with the frame that I donated to OBC, I don't know if you saw the raffle frame up there. I've never done anything like it, really. It's all compound bands. It's totally different than what I normally do. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to donate a frame, I need to get out of my comfort zone and do something a little different, something a little more challenging. And for me, in my opinion, I think it came out. I love what the results were. Back to your question of what your thoughts are when you first see something like come to life or the first formations of it. Because I'm doing all of this on just in my head. The first time, you guys see my video, like the first time I even did the hot rod up on the bike stand and I put the wheels on with the tank plates and the paint job, and I was just like, oh man, I'm just going to go to bed now. We'll just call it, it's just like I can just sit here and just, I make jokes about it. I'm like, I can sit here and what's interesting is like the most beautiful part about creating these is to see it come to life. When it comes out even better than you had in your head, then you're just like, oh man, this is like, it's like, and it's really difficult because you have a concept in your head. And sometimes it may not just be exactly what you thought it was.
Yeah.
And like, and I've had those too. I've had those where I'm just like, I'm not feeling that. And so I have a few frames, not many, but there's a few that are like kind of half done, and I just kind of just put on the back burner because I'm just like, this isn't working. So
that's it's insane how what you put out, man, and then the cleanness of what you put out with all these bikes, and then when you see them for the first time, I know that's a great feeling. It's like, wow, I didn't even think that you would do something like that. There's no way. Some of these bikes, when I see them on your frames, or I'll see it on Robert frames, or I see a steel frame, whatever frame, it's like, I know they don't see it this way. If they do see it, it's like,
yeah,
it's a great feeling.
Yeah, and you know what I love too? It's like even me being, like I said, Art and I and Robert and all the guys Kevin Hewitt. What's really, really interesting, and this is what I love, it's like for me, it's like I'm not out there to monopolize peak cycles. It's like everyone's style is different. That said, the fabricators, none of us, you can tell a Hewitt frame from an HB frame from a peak frame, and it goes on Art frame, it goes on and on and on. I've had conversations with Art this week, and I'm like, dude, what you're doing? I'm like, I want to do that. I am tired looking at your frames. That's how much work is put into them. So that said, the audience, anybody picks to fabricate their frame, I'm not sitting here going, well, shit, Robert's selling like 10 frames this past week, man. I ain't sold none. I'm like, well, that's what they like. Not to mention, Robert does circles around me too. I'm starting to think I'm slow. These guys are like, these guys are like machines, and it's like I work hard, but it's like I don't know how they do it. But Robert came from, pipe weld, like full on, like just industrial style. Like this is like
he was born.
He does it. Yeah, this is like he does this in his sleep,
Well, he said
Art, he's a whole different gig. Like Art, he's like,
old school.
Old school military style. Again, he worked hard, like blue collar style. And when you see his efforts and his energy he puts into his work, like I said, he's like, he puts up a picture. He's got like a dozen freaking. I'm like, damn, man, you're just trying to get this in another fork and handlebar done, but. Everybody has their different ways. Again, King Zeba, Danny, it goes on and on. What I love is all our styles you can tell everybody's frame style from the other. So there's no reason to want to be the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we're all in this for the same reason, and everybody chooses their frame based on their style, period. Yeah. So as long as we're all staying busy and we all got our business, then everything's good. I envy and I appreciate everything that everybody does as far as all the other fabricators. I talk to them all the time. I'm like you guys are doing killer work. I had some great conversations. Art's always a great person to talk to. No, I've had some great, like I said, he's a great guy, and Robert too. What's funny is us three were judging. You want to talk about freaking Clash of the Titans is like
right there,
it's like it's so, not that it was in a bad way. I'm just saying our personalities. I'm in the middle of Robert and Art, and I'm just like, man, this is a TV show in itself.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like if you guys could sit in that, if what I was sitting in, and listen to Robert and Art, and then me talking in between, that was like entertainment in itself. Like I was just like, this is great.
Wow.
You know?
That would be a cool show. Like
It would be so good.
But think about it, like America's Got Talent. Like you three are judges, and then you guys,
you guys haven't done a sit down with like say 3 or more fabricators.
No,
have
that
you?
would be a great episode.
It would.
That would be a fantastic episode. So.
Like it would.
Yeah, it would be a fantastic.
And when I say 3 or more, like find however many you can in one spot and just
oh, this guy. Oh, that's gonna happen.
It would be fun.
That's gonna happen.
Because like I
That's
said,
gonna be
we all love each other.
That's
we all
gonna
have
be
respect
great.
for
Y'all
each
heard it.
other,
We're gonna say that.
and
It's gonna be a
it would be
great one.
really fun. Just because, like I said, what I went through today with the judging. These are some of my favorite times of a bike show in general. It's just the fact that I can talk to you about what us 3 were. It was comical. I was just like, this is freaking hilarious, but it's great. You know, it's like we're on a serious note here. We're judging bikes.
Yeah.
But us 3 in a circle was just like, it was just.
Oh, it's going to be great.
It was really good.
It was really good.
I don't need to talk about anything. Like I said, not in a bad way. Everything was great. But it's just, like, I was like, man, this is real life happening.
But Jimmy, man, I greatly appreciate your friendship. I greatly appreciate the conversations that we've all had with you, and being part of the team Pedals Up podcast. You are a good guy with us and sponsored. We greatly appreciate you, and thank you.
I thank you guys. Like I said, I love the show. You know, I love the show, and I know you guys work hard. I see everything that's put into it, man. It's like. It's no easy task, and you guys did. You know, it's been said several times that you guys signed up for it, and it's a tough gig.
And we're going for it. That's what we're
it's
doing.
a tough gig. Like I said, when you say you sign up for it, it's even with me with the YouTube. At least I can pick what week I want it. You guys are like, you got it every Thursday. It's like whether or not you feel good, whether or not you're sick, whether or not you're into it, you got to put that.
You got to
that
put it
face
in.
on, and you're
and
buckle down and get it done.
Yep.
But look, there's a sense of appreciation even for yourself when you go to bed at night to know that you accomplished something.
Yeah.
You touched somebody. That's what I'm saying. That to me is what makes me sleep better at night, is knowing that I can't go a day without, even if it was just something around the house, like where I feel like I accomplished something that day. Not one day, well, okay, maybe once in a while I'll have a couch potato day, but that ain't often, But
we got to cut this short, my man.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Mr. J.
Thank you.
We got to go
Thank
do our
you,
thing
Danny.
over there.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Big Cycles. That motherfucker's badass. Hey, like I always say at the end of the show, if you ain't got a bike, get a bike. Stop being lazy in your goddamn life. But the way Jimmy says it, make it a killer day.
Yep. Ready?
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed today's version of What's Happening at Pedals Up Podcast. And until next time, make it a killer day.
Yes. Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Cool.
All right, guys, we're going to cut it out now. I think we're going to rest. But we're going to do, I guess they're going to show the awards. So let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, we out.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Danny. I don't even know. He's over.
Since we got in the game, hotspot they cannot put out the flame. Hotspot came from nothing made a name. Hot spot, we can care less about fame. Keep hating, they looking, they watching, they hating, they talking, keep watching, keep hating, they looking, they watching, they hating, they talking, keep watching. They talk about us like we don't know that they talk about us. So much shit didn't went on, people came and went on. They bash our names, say